Well, big up, big up, big up, and welcome to Liberal 12th Man Show. It is in the 7 o'clock hour, so you know that we are going live. Um, we will be doing the preview for tomorrow, and it was an early morning for some, late night for others, and we are once again here together to talk about our beloved Reds, which is great. We can do a little bit of talking about some of the subjects that we kind of got into yesterday, but we didn't really get a chance to kind of finish later on in the show. And also, we can certainly talk about about some of the drawing. I guess half the drawing, because it wasn't really like a full drawing, which is kind of unfortunate. We thought that we were going to get the whole situation going. Also, Dara, you know what? If you are available, I don't know about the frosted, but I should say I'm certainly trying to wake up. But if you're available for today's show, I should have gotten it out for you, but it's been a wild 24 hours for me for the last for these last 24 hours, I would say, because I just been busy and doing all this different stuff. But I can send you the link if you would like to be on today. We were going to try to get that link out to you. I just I was up till, what was it, 5-6 o'clock in the morning, and then now I'm up again, so trying to get my day on. And yeah, definitely we're here, so I'll get this link to you if you like, if you want, if you are available. You're more than welcome to join the panel. And also, how are you doing today, Brian? We're joined by Brian. How are you doing today?
Yeah, all good, man. It's Friday night, so nothing to complain about.
That's right. I don't know if it's ladies' night, but it's definitely Friday night.
But it's ladies' night somewhere. It's ladies'
Right.
night somewhere.
There you go. Oh, what a night. That's how the song goes, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Um,
You know what I'm talking about, right?
well, oh, what a night is the other one. I know ladies' night. Um,
Oh, yes, it's
ladies.
ladies' night.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yes.
And then the other one is oh,
Yeah.
what a night.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God there was no one here to hear that. Yeah.
I know. Hopefully Bernie's there. You got the little bit of me singing, so the small rendition of it at least. But yes, that's what we're gonna get into. I'm gonna send this link to Dara as well. Do my best to send it to him. And what were your thoughts on yesterday, by the way, or yesterday? This well, technically it was this morning for me, but this afternoon, I guess, early even afternoon.
Oh,
It's
the
always
draw, you mean?
exciting for sure. Say again.
The draw, you mean?
Yeah, the draw. What did you think about the draw?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
they
and it's
spared
just
no
that we have
expense,
to call it
obviously.
the playoff draw. Um, oh God, yeah, didn't it just look like they were had like the room they were going to have it in just got flooded or something in, and they had to have it in
Mhm.
emergency shitty little auditorium. So it just like
Yeah, I thought it
the
was like a conference
lighting,
room or something. You know,
yeah,
like
one source of lighting.
yeah,
There was just
yeah,
one main light on in the room. There was no graphics. There was, I mean, okay, maybe UEFA are stuck for a few quid, eh?
yeah.
That was yeah, that was a cheap. That's the only way to do it. That was a cheap looking. Yeah, it looked like a lecture hall, in a just wow, yeah. But anyway, we got Man City versus Real, which, like we said, it gets one of those dogs out of the road.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
it does.
you know,
It does.
it's always nice when that whoever goes through it means someone that you don't want to be facing. But look, we can go and get knocked out by Benfica or something. That whatever. But at least um, it's an interesting game in that round. There won't. I suppose we have to call it the playoff draw really today. It wasn't the full draw even, it was just like the playoff draw.
Right, right.
Well, yeah, we still know. We always knew who we were. It was going to be one of who we're going to get. Now they just know. Now we just know which of those four are going to play each other, and we can kind of pick. Well, which two do you think is going to be left?
Hmm.
How games, and so. But even then, it's all a bit of a lottery. So I'll enjoy watching those games because we don't have to worry about it. We'll have a little bit of intrigue. Obviously in the terms of the names that we're playing, but yeah, it'll be kind of a unique situation to be watching a full-on Champions League round of games that we're not involved in, but we're still in the competition. I don't, that's not something that I don't think has ever happened before. It's like there's a set of games that we're not involved in, and then we become re-involved when they're over. So for what I think a week or 2 weeks, we'll just be able to watch some Champions League and not have to worry. Sit up with the feet at home or sit with the
Yeah,
feet at home and just watch the games and see how it goes.
yeah, pretty much, pretty much. Um, yeah, I will. Can you get my what's up? Sure, sure, Bernie. You can send it through email too, Bernie. We're still connected on email as well. If you want, I can send it, but if WhatsApp's easier, I'll get it through Dara as well. I just sent over a little something for Dara if he wants to join us. Yeah, it was definitely a little disappointing with the presentation, to say the least. I thought yesterday I was looking for a little bit better, but hey, I guess it is what it is.
No Raz and very little Mataz.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I
Oh, I
also
was
was hoping.
expecting the usual. Sorry, yeah, I was expecting like all the pretty female presenter on the big stage with the kind of cheesy guy, and lots of big kind of videos about nonsense and
Mhm,
strange, but now it's all very kind of stripped back and business-like. But that was, yeah, I suppose yeah, it was a disappointing. How can you be disappointed with a draw? I suppose, but yeah,
mhm, mhm.
I'm sure City
Yeah,
fans weren't very happy with it.
Abdul, when we have a oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're cool. I just saying that City fans aren't too happy about it. That's all.
No, I bet that they're not. I bet they're not at all. Certainly not at what they have to. But you know what? City fans are just happy that they're still even in the tournament because they were on the verge at one point of
True.
not
Very true.
not even making it. Um, Also, Abdul, you are more than welcome to join the channel. We will be having more call-ins coming, definitely going on in the future. Um, I know that a lot of people do, and we've seen more people start to get pick up the confidence to ask to be a part of the channel, or maybe come on and be able to have their say. Because we've had some call-ins before, and you know, and there's only been like one or two people that have you know wanted to be on, but now there are a growing number of you amongst our ranks, and also a growing number of people that are interested in doing the likes. So yeah, more than welcome to join when we do a call in. Um, we will certainly we'll try to figure that out next time. Maybe we'll do like maybe like the first or maybe the last Friday or something of the week to do a call in show for that or something like that. Um, Oh, speaking of, let me do this too. And what else I was going to say is, I guess, do you want to dive into this? Do you want to dive into uh, the update, or do you have anything else that you want to maybe go on? Because we can certainly go back and forth with whatever you want with the show.
Oh, I see that young Bayern Munich. Maybe the lads might come in when we do the other thing. The young Bayern Munich lad has turned down Tottenham.
I saw that coming. I saw that
It's
coming.
highest hell, but
Yeah.
they they've got some serious issues now. I need to go 8 or 9 senior players out, but yeah, it would have been probably a bad move for him to go there. But
Yeah.
uh,
Agreed.
I didn't see much really other transfer kind of talk. I heard Brighton turned down a bid of 75 million from Atoma.
Yes, I did see that, but that was go to Saudi Arabia. So
Yeah, Saudi. Yeah.
yeah, but I know that he wanted. I can't really blame him to do on Mateus Tell, excuse me, to turn down Tottenham simply because they're not going in the right direction right now. It's not as promising of a, you might have even you don't really want to transfer to a team where the coach is maybe on the outs. Like there's no guarantee that the coach is going to even be there by by the end of next week, maybe if not the end of or the beginning of the summer at least. So that might not be the best of projects. And with the Matoma one, I didn't see. Matoma's. It was a big turn down for them, by the way. I will admit that Brighton is a very um, formidable, formidable club when it comes to these transfers, making in the business of transfers at least, because you got to think about the fact that they've how much they bought Matoma for, and the offer that they got.
I think he cost 3 million.
Yep, that's wild, right? And then the offer they got, what was the offer? It was like I want to say it was
75.
yeah, that would have been a nice chunk of
Quite the
change.
markup. Quite the markup.
Yeah, what a nice chunk of change to put in the coffers. But it shows that Brighton isn't just all about the money like that, I guess. I mean, who knows? Matoma might have not wanted to go with the deal either, And I don't think that he would have wanted to go to Saudi Arabia. Matoma's young enough that he probably wants to, go to if anything, make a more um, lateral move. Big up Marquet, by the way. Big up.
Yeah, it's all quiet on that front. There isn't really a lot going on of interest. Lots of deals going on around the world as usual, but
Mm-hmm.
not much of note happening in England. I know Chelsea, Maresca is talking about wanting to bring in players. A couple of the Bournemouth manager, I watched his press conference actually earlier on the Bournemouth press conference.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying they're very not desperately, but they're really trying hard to bring in a striker because they have two strikers out. Evan Nielsen is out. Unal is out. Uh, so he's not entirely happy with his squad. He knows they have a few gaps. So maybe the last couple of days you might see some things,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that Watkins thing seems to be kind of dead in the water, does it? Watkins to Arsenal
Don't
seems
see
to be a
them.
bit.
I just don't see them doing that deal. Like it's not a good deal. And not only is it not a good deal, but it leaves them not a good deal in that it leaves them they're far apart in their evaluations for the player. I believe they want 60 and Arsenal's wanting to do about 40 or something like that, right? I think that's around
I don't. I reckon they might be asking for more. Like Villa have just banked 64 million for John Duran, who I think they probably paid about 10 for. So they're good. They don't need a sale. They've just banked a big lump of profit on a player. So I'm sure they're not under any pressure. Like, say, if they hadn't done that and their books were a bit tight, and Arsenal come in with a kind of a bid that means it's like, oh crap, okay, we can spend like 8 or 150 million, with amortization, or they can open up and all these avenues. But I don't think they need that now. So
Yeah.
Arsenal are going to have to, if they want 85 million, Arsenal are going to have to give them 85, not 80, not 81. They're just going to go, if you want to come in and mess up our season at the last second in the January window and take our main man or one of our main man when we just lost our other guy, then you are going to have to pay us every single penny of what we want, because the player probably won't kick up a fuss. I'd imagine, too late now. But we said this before about players. There might be a story tomorrow where Watkins comes out. Basically, Ollie Watkins says, "I want to leave Aston Villa." We've seen it before. Or I would like the club to accept the bid from Arsenal. Blah blah blah. We've seen it all before.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but you can imagine how Villa fans feel now. They're doing pretty well, and then boom, one of your main guys up gone is wanted by Arsenal, and your other kind of secondary kind of type guy or whatever you want to call him, who's been banging goals in. I think he's got 11, and now he's just gone to Saudi, and you haven't bought anybody. So that's why these last. It can be like, you can imagine what it's like for these smaller clubs.
Yeah.
And you're like, why did you do this on like the 31st of January? Why didn't you do it on the 1st?
Yeah.
If you wanted to come in, swinging your wallet around and try and take one of our players, at least come in on the 1st of January.
So we have plenty. Time
we can do something.
We can do business too.
Yeah.
If you're speaking in the club's perspective.
Yeah, because what happens then is, right? What happens then, right? We all know what happens then. Just say boom, he goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Villa have let's just call it quits, or let's just call it even and say it's 70 million, right? They've just banked 135 million quid. What do you think the clubs are going to say to them when they Villa want to go and get a replacement for Watkins or Duran? They'll be, okay, pony up. We know how rich you are.
Mm-hmm.
You've just gotten 130 million. If you want our place, so it works. It gets passed on down the line.
Yeah,
because they're going to say to Arsenal, we're going to get dragged over the coals now. If we go and try and do what you're doing to us to another team and take their striker, then they're going to want full whack from us. So you're going to have to give us big money, or the player just won't leave. And I'm sure the player will be told that, and he'll be reasonably happy to accept that, because he'll probably get a move in the summer if he wants one. I don't think I wouldn't want him out of Liverpool. So hopefully, he doesn't keep on scoring goals and do that. But yeah, it's just really hard now. Like the business in January becomes more and more expensive at this stage, where it's like most teams going, like, you have to be in serious desperation. Go, okay, look, we're just going to write that check to take that player because we've got like one guy or something, or
right.
we've got no fit defenders. We have to do something. Fuck it, write the 80 million check. It's. But you're paying top dollar. You're getting to the door at the last minute. There's one seat left. They can charge you what they want. It's just,
exactly.
You gotta pay it. You want to get in, you gotta pay it.
Exactly. That's why it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, you don't like the price? Well, that's the price.
Yeah, if you want to be Mr. Organized, you book your flight a year in advance and the cheapest yada. If you show up on the day, you go, we need a flight to New York. It's $800, please. You're paying that's
well put. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Like not the price you want it. Well, that's the price you're going to get all the same, though. Again. So, I saw that. I think Dara was trying to call me, but it's a little hard to take a phone call, Dara. I did text you. I've been texting you. So
it's in the chat, Lee. Or it's in the group. It's in the WhatsApp, Lee.
Yeah, I'll put it again. I know that sometimes some of us are have a little bit of a challenge when it comes to technology. But I'll put it in again. So, yeah, but that's definitely the case. I'm gonna text this to Dara one more time. Again, I'm not singing. I am not singing. But let's get into a little bit. Give me a second, and um, just also maybe speak on anything that you thought about, because we've got the opportunity to listen to the presser to yesterday as well. Was there anything given in the presser that piqued your interest as well? By the way.
Okay, no worries, Lee. It was pretty standard stuff, pretty standard fare. He spoke mainly when it came to the game. He was asked, I believe it was by Mo Stewart, formerly of the Anfield Wrap, or possibly still of the Anfield Wrap, whether the fact that Brighton are the only team to have run more than us this year. I think that was the point he was making. But either if it's they've run more than us basically this year, not many teams have, or if it's only them. And he was being asked about the physical battle and how difficult that's going to be, how important that's going to be. And yeah, he just said the usual kind of stuff about that. Um, he was asked about there's some people back in the squad. It looks like we've got pretty much full fitness all across the board. Those that aren't might not be ready for tomorrow are only just a game away. It was pretty staid, pretty solid press conference. Usual, someone trying to get him to talk about contracts, didn't really talk about it. And yeah, no real issues, and he didn't bring up anything too serious or anything too interesting. But he's just keeping it all nice and low key, downplaying things. They tried to catch him out in a few things as usual. Basically, like when he was trying to ask, like, what advice would you give to Mo Salah? Now that he's on the verge of potentially going to Saudi if they get their way,
I know
kind of
that
thing.
was
And
cheeky. That was kind of
yeah,
cheeky
yeah,
to kind of
yeah.
like
Um,
kind of advice. He's still a Liverpool
it was
player,
a
so
nice way of phrasing it. It was a nice because they're all sitting there going, "How the hell can I ask this bloody question again in a different way?" So I admire his ingenuity in kind of asking it in a different way. But
Mhm.
as the manager said, he was doing what he did before I came here. So I can't give him a lot of advice on that. But yeah, just they're not getting a lot out of him. I can't imagine the journalists love these because he's not a quote machine.
Right.
He doesn't give them a lot really. But yeah, we're good.
We are Gucci. We are Gucci. Big up, Lee. How are you doing today?
Good, mate, good. I admire Arnie the way he fields these questions. Like he's very good at it, isn't he? Not giving too much away or not playing their game the way they want him to play it. And I like the
Right.
way he does it. He's got his own little style, hasn't he? Like Arnie.
Yeah.
He can be quite funny at times as well, can't he? He can be
Yeah.
quite dry with them. Like, yeah, I like Arnie's ability to deal with all this cash. But yeah, I'm starting to worry now about the Mo one. I mean, I was saying last night, there's no way it's not going to happen, and I'm still trying to convince myself of that. But I'm getting worried now. They are worrying me with the time. I know it takes time. It's not something you just walk into and go, poof, there you go. It takes time, but I am a little bit worried. Less
Mhm.
so about Virgil, and I don't even know what to make of the Trent situation anymore. I'll say that much. I just don't know what to make of it. I think out of the three, Trent's the one that I've sort of made peace with in my mind, leaving. But the other two, it wound me up so badly. If we don't re-sign Mo or Virgil, I'll be a very, very disappointed person.
Hmm. Yeah. Certainly, understand you wouldn't be alone in that sentiment. Certainly wouldn't be alone in that sentiment. Um, we have Dara joining us today too on the panel. How are you doing, Dara?
I'm good. How are you?
Hi,
Well,
Dara.
well, yeah, trying to. I wouldn't say well rested, but I am rested, so doing my best.
I would just jump in there and say that Lee had some issues jumping in too, so it's not just me.
Right. Yeah, we had a we had an early. For me, it was for us, I should say, because you're in the same time zone I am. It was early morning for me. I was still up. I was still working on another project. And I saw that it was like around 3:40, 3:50, and I was like, oh my goodness. I'm basically might as well just stay up and be a part of the show. And I did that, and then the show went well, and then it was only about a 30-minute segment that they did for the whole. We thought they were going to do like, maybe 20, 30 minutes, if not an hour of like prelim before they even got into the draw. And then they even did a little bit of a truncated version of the draw where they didn't even tell us what we are going to be looking at, as opposed to, I get that it's a different stage, but all the same, they could have still told us where we are going to fall, So I guess they're going to do that announcement maybe after all the games are played, and then they're going to announce it.
Yeah.
I'll just jump in.
Hey, Jimmy.
And
Hi, Dara, by the way.
Hi, Brian. I just wanted to let everyone know in the chat, for those that don't know, I'm around the corner from 12th.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
In the same state.
In the same state, yeah.
In the
same county. In the same county too. So.
Oh, is it in the same county?
Yeah. We're in the same county.
That's very close, then, isn't it?
Yeah. Not very close. Counties are big.
I was just going to say, yeah, counties can be big. It's much different to England, like, places are small relatively, and distances aren't that great between cities and towns and whatever. It's a whole different ball game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just the size.
Yeah. But the counties are pretty big here, but yeah, we're in the same county. And it's not that bad. It's not that bad of a ride to we have a good meeting point in the middle. So how about that? We have our supporter pub is in the middle of us pretty much. So it's a good spot to compromise. But what I was also going to say is, I guess let's get on with this preview. Welcome back to all those that joined us earlier for the draw. We had a lot of people in the draw. We had like close to 40 some people, I think, or a little bit over 40 people that joined us at one time watching the draw live, which is pretty cool. We were pretty diligent about not playing any music as well, so did our best on that. So hopefully we avoided anything. And yeah, today we'll be doing a deep dive into obviously LFC's upcoming Premier League clash against Bournemouth, aka the Cherries. We'll go over some predicted lineups, some key players, potential goal scorers, and as always, match predictions. Maybe a fun fact here or there, and possible records that could be broken in this game. So I would say let's get into it. So the Reds are going to be traveling to Vitality Stadium to take on Bournemouth in what has now been, like, I guess, touted as one of the matches of the year, which is pretty surprising because I don't think anyone really had this circled on their calendar. Excuse me. No one really had to circle on their calendar as being the big matchup per se. We're looking to maintain our momentum in our title race. Bournemouth is looking to maintain their record that is actually exceptional since last year, to tell you the truth. They've been winning and doing well with winning. They've gotten, the story that I saw was just an interesting angle on it, but they are saying, can Bournemouth pull off the quartet, I think they were calling it, or something like that, like as in the quad on us, meaning that they've beaten some of the big names, the big teams, all the big teams pretty much that are in contention for the title this year. They've beaten, and I think the only team they've actually not beaten, but at least have drawn with, has been Chelsea, but I don't think Chelsea is really one that I'd say is being a title contender this year, more like title pretender. So yeah, so that's where we're at with it. It's like, are you buying into the hype with Dara, since he's new to or not new, but since he's new to the panel for today? Do you buy into the hype of this game being this whole big matchup and everything, and toughest match of the year for us, some are saying?
You know what? That's a great question. And my answer, no.
No. Okay.
Bournemouth are Bournemouth. Yeah, they've done exceptionally well.
Mhm.
But it's almost as if we are making barriers that aren't there. Are they a dangerous team? Yes. However, what do they love to do? What we love teams to do.
Yeah, they come at you, don't they, Bournemouth?
Yeah.
They're not the low block side. Come out and play. I know the 3-0 at halftime in the preceding game against them, Anfield. But they do what we love them or other teams to do. So I think there's so much hype. I don't understand it. I look at some of their players. Yeah, I rate Cook. Cliver, I have no idea what the hype. I really don't understand it. Their work rate is fantastic, but they're going to press us, and we need teams to do that against us, so we can show our prowess in front of goal, and that's what it's going to come down to. We don't concede, and we are clinical. But in answer to your question, I really don't.
Okay. How about for you, Lee? I know. Is it a matchup that's
I'm very impressed, let me say that, with fairly scarce resources. He's drilled them into a very competitive outfit in Iola. And it's a tough time to play them, but someone's got to play them. And at the same time, you've got to play them sometimes. So, you don't always get your opponents when they're in bad form, like some have been that we've played. These are in really good form, couldn't be in better form. But I think we still have too much for them. I think we should just about edge it. But it'll be a good game. I would imagine it'll be a good game, a decent one to watch. Be better one to watch than the Arsenal City game will be. I put money on that if it was a betting man.
Yeah. Okay. You think because you think both teams that Arsenal are going to not City
they're going to cancel each other out, aren't they, to a certain extent? City and Arsenal, I reckon. I think our game should be entertaining, or at least I'm hoping it is. I don't mind. A lot of the time, you just want to get through a game and for there to not be too many chances against your side. But I don't mind that tomorrow as long as we win. I think it could be a good game. Yeah, it could potentially be an interesting match to watch. For the neutral as well as for us.
Okay. How about for you, Brian? Are you buying into the hype? Do you think it's a bigger matchup than because I certainly the City Arsenal matchup is probably was slated as being the big matchup before when the season started. I'm sure that they thought
that hype, that's nonsense. Yeah. The idea this is one of the biggest games of the year is just total nonsense. No, that's total hype. This is probably one of the most important games of the weekend. Probably one of the most interesting ones, yeah. But in terms of biggest game of the year, absolutely no chance. I love their manager. I love what he's done there. I don't think he's going to be there long. Every time he gets a better result, the Bournemouth fans are just going that's another few hours off his life at Bournemouth. It won't be long before he goes somewhere. Done a great job. Are they more than the sum of their parts? How good is Kluivert? How good is Semenyo? Like, would those guys go on and do it? Like, Kluivert wasn't overly impressive in Italy. Comes to a team like this, didn't look amazing last year. I think what it just shows, you've got a group of really talented players, and you've got a great manager. And when you get a great manager, a great coach, he can get more out of a set of players like that than another manager might. So right now, I'm buying into what they're doing right now, as in, I don't think it's like a flash in the pan. I just don't think it will last very long. You know, I suppose that is a flash in the pan, but I just mean it won't be allowed to keep burning. You know, but what they're doing right now is pretty sustainable, even though they've got some injuries at the moment. I don't expect us to lose there, but I don't expect an easy time. But yeah, it just happens to be because they're so high up and we are where we are. It's a big game, but one of the biggest games of the year, definitely not. No.
And I could, if you don't mind me quickly jumping in, I couldn't agree more, Brian. And this game is overhyped. So, yeah, it's going to be a big game, but this is not Liverpool against Real Madrid in the Champions League final. People want to make it that way, but it's not.
Right.
It's a very, very important game. But yeah, it's just the hype, and I do think that again the way they play is going to suit us more than it's going to suit them. And let's not forget they have a very, very small squad. We are completely rested, and I think we're ready to go. But dare I say it, I agree with Brian again. Probably the most important game this weekend, but the biggest game nowhere near.
Okay.
Do you know what Andoni Iraola reminds me of sometimes because of his eyebrows? A Sesame Street puppet. I think it might be Bert from Bert and Ernie. He reminds me of. Ernie was the mellow one who used to go, "Hey Bert," and Bert.
Yeah, we all know Bert and Ernie. Yeah.
Yeah.
We appreciate the impersonation.
You could just have that in your head next time you see Iraola speaking. A Sesame Street puppet. It might be Bert from Bert and Ernie, or it might be Guy Smiley, the roving reporter who go out and interview people.
Yeah, right. Big up Chris Angel in the house, by the way. Definitely big up to Chris Angel. And we got a celebrity in the chat as well. We got Lucho in the house, so allegedly at least. So
I thought I was the celebrity.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But anyway, 12. We haven't heard your opinion.
I am actually not buying into all of the super hype on it. It does matter, obviously, because I would like to see us go on a nice little winning run. Obviously, this is a big week since we do play. This is the week that we have our double game or our makeup game involved in it too. So I can understand it having a little bit more importance to us because, you know,
the game at hand.
Yeah, the game in hand, the derby to make up for this game or coming up, as well as this game, which is against certainly a viable opponent. So I wouldn't go as far as to say it's the biggest game of the year. I wouldn't say it goes far as like, as people, are saying and the likes, but let's not get it twisted. They are a team that have beaten some big names opponents. We beat them 3-0 last time at Anfield, but this is a team that's picked up a lot of momentum, picked up some confidence, and is a team that is a viable team. I don't look past any team in the Premier League. I think every team is a formidable foe, and I especially think they are a formidable foe when you're facing them at their house. So I'm actually a little optimistic about our results for this one, I would say, but we're going to get into some score predictions.
Tight little stadium.
Yeah, and
11,000.
I heard there's only like 700 tickets that have been sold to
Oh, it
Reds.
would be for an 11,000 seater stadium. It's
Yeah.
an absolutely tiny. So that would percentage-wise, that would work out about right. Because even when it's full, there's fewer people in there than there is in the Cop.
Hmm.
It's more or less about the same, maybe. So the pitches, people talk about big pitches, small pitches. Some pitches are bigger, but they're not actually that much bigger. There's only like half a meter here squared between some of them, but
When
some of
did
them they feel a lot smaller. I think that's one of those grounds that feels a lot smaller, lots are like tight, close controlled football, crowds on top of you. So that idea that you can play expansive. So yeah, it's all kind of in their favor. But like Dar was saying, they are the kind of team that likes to come out and play, and that's what we like as well. That suits us as well. So yeah, I think it could be actually like, but say what Lee was saying, like it'll be a good game of football. It'll be a good game to watch. As opposed to the other one, which we're both all in agreement, it's going to be full on dark arts, Manchester United or Man City versus Arsenal, probably.
Yeah, that'll be a yawn fest. City Arsenal, I believe. Could possibly be one on a corner kick.
But you are 100% right. It is a very small stadium. I used to live in Bournemouth. I lived there for about 2 years. But it's a very tiny stadium. It reminds me of Gillingham. Most people wouldn't know Gillingham, but anyway. There is that intimacy, but I really don't think it's going to affect us because of the way they play. And it's very much like Ange Postecoglou. He is set in his ways. He has to play this way. It doesn't matter who you're playing against, but I just think it's a big mistake to do that against us if we are clinical.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well for him last time. Basically, you could definitely say that. So
it's called the Vitality Stadium, isn't it? There. When did they adopt that name? It's obviously a sponsor, isn't it? Vitality.
It's recent enough. It's recent enough. 5, 6, 7 years, that kind of thing. It's a recent enough one.
The only time they ever entered my consciousness before they got promoted, because I don't remember them ever being in the first division or nothing like that, like when I was kids, and they certainly haven't been in the Premier League before they got in it. Our only connection to them was Jamie Redknapp, because we bought him from them. That's the only time they ever entered my consciousness, Bournemouth, really, before they ended up in the Premier League. They're just not a side they've featured much like in years gone by. I don't think they were even in the Championship. I think they were like in the third division, weren't they? The third tier for a long time, Bournemouth, and got up to the Championship and then into the Premiership. But yeah, it's quite a small club, quite a small ground, isn't it? But they're doing well. It's good to see. I like to see that. You know what I mean? It's always pleasant to see that small clubs can still do it and cut the mustard on the big stage.
Cut the mustard.
Yeah, in the same way that I liked Leicester winning the league. You know what I mean? I remember at the time I remember saying to the barman in my local, because he was an Everton fan, I said, "Why couldn't one of our sides bloody win this?" And he was saying, "I know, that's how I feel watching Leicester in the league." But I was happy for Leicester nonetheless. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it would have played us to have won it, but we weren't even in the conversation that season where we saw it. I was more than happy for Leicester to win the league. It's good for football, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Given with I'm gonna get into some predicted lineups here. Given with the way that we rested for our Champions League matchup, how do you think Liverpool's going to approach this game? How do you think we're going to approach? And tell us in the chat too. You know how we do. We always like to include your comments and everything. And big up to everyone joining us. I hope that Chris isn't getting too tipsy on the aguardiente just yet.
He's already ordered it. He's already ordered it. He's put it on your tab, man. It's on your tab.
I know. I'm not really into licorice, so that's why he can have at it.
Is that what that is? Is that what
No, it
is?
tastes like it. It's like it tastes like what's the name of the other one?
Aniseed kind of thing.
What's the other one? There's like it's not like Jägermeister because it's not heavy. Like that Jaeger's like kind of like with the since the Jaeger's like that dark liquor, it's like a little bit heavier.
I know the flavor you mean. I know the flavor. It's like a mixture between we have drinks like that.
Sambuca. How about that?
Yeah, Uzo, Sambuca, and then the thicker ones.
That's what it's kind of like because Sambuca is like clear as well. It's a
That's
clear
aniseed.
liquor.
Yeah, it's aniseed is the flavor. When people say licorice, it's aniseed is the flavor they mean. But that's what's in those. Yeah, I don't like aniseed.
Drinks. I don't like the aniseed.
No, I don't like anything tastes like that.
Pear now, I think, is the one. Yeah, I had it once when I was very young. Never go near it again because it made me violent.
It'll get you in trouble.
Pernod is a lot thicker. Pernod is more like Jägermeister. It's dark. Whereas the other two are clear. Like I've done the old flaming sambu. You light them on fire, you blow them out, you drink them. I've been in Greece, it's fun, But you light them on fire, you blow them out, and you swallow them. But yeah, you damn sure taste that stuff the next day, and probably the day after too.
I don't mind Uzo. Uzo's quite nice in Greece. Like Greece, they're nice Uzo. Some of that's all right. Quite strong as well. Uzo.
Yeah, they love their aguardiente. They definitely love it. No comment on that one. But
what's the other one then? What's the one that's Pernod's? What's the other one that's like it's not Jaeger? Look, we'll talk about it after. Is it Campari?
Yeah. I was going to say, so what do you think? I saw that I just saw Bonkers just said he believes it's gonna, it's obviously a full strength squad, but what does that mean for us? So then does that mean that it's like, back to the starting 11 that we're used to seeing? We did see Cody get an early substitution. I believe it was like the first substitution on the board. So there's still the possibility that he starts, considering he is certainly one of our most informed forwards. I mean, the guy just keeps scoring and scoring and scoring for us, which is exceptional. And but what do we do with our front line? A front line that obviously is going to have a return of Darwin to it. I don't believe Diego is available. I'm going to double check for that. I don't know if anyone had an update. I didn't hear him say any updates as to like other than Joe Gomez is back in practice, which is good to see. But I'd have to double check on that. But what do you think about our lineup? Let's go with Lee this time. Lee, what do you think about the upcoming lineup? And I'm going to tell you what my lineup is, but what do you think about the upcoming lineup and how do we go about playing this one? Well, or how does Slot go about navigating this one?
Yeah, he's going to play his strongest side, isn't he? Because he knows they're in good form and they're at home, so he's going to play his strongest side, which I would imagine will probably be the Diaz and the false nine, Cody left, and everything else picks itself, really, doesn't it? I think Robbo was taken off, so he'll start. And it'll just be same as with all the other players who we expect to play. I don't see him making any alterations for this one because we've had the rest as well, like, haven't we? Players have had the rest, and that was the whole point and purpose of it. So they'd be fresh next game. So, I think it would be Trent and Robbo, it'd be the usual, Ibu, VVD, Ali, and then the usual midfield three. And it'll probably be Diaz, in the false nine. Could be Nunes. He could spring a surprise and play Nunes. I wouldn't moan if he did. I think Darwin's give himself a chance by scoring recently. But I think it probably will be the other way. That'll probably be the Diaz false nine thing.
Okay. It looks like I'm looking at the updates on here. Looks like Diego is training. He was at training today. which is great. What's that?
Sorry, yeah, they were all training, but he was saying they were all training, but some of them aren't ready, kind of thing.
Right.
So he didn't kind
Yeah,
of
I see.
express these things.
I didn't see. Curtis was training.
Yeah, Diogo was training.
What
But
about
it's,
Joe?
I think he said just because it's hard to hear them in the kind of the thing.
The way they do the pressers.
Yeah,
It's
whether he was
difficult
saying,
to hear.
I think he was saying he's fish, he's not, or he's not fit, he's training, or he's training, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking on here. I see Curtis. I see Darwin was at training today. Joe was at training today. As Brian said, Diego was at training today, and Curtis was at training today. I know that it is kind of concerning because the injury for Curtis was on here. It's saying groin, hip, pelvic injury. It's not a fun injury to have. But the updates were that their status, they had them at a 25%, 25%, 50%. Darwin at 75%. But obviously, they're training. They're probably a little bit higher than just that. Yeah. How do you feel about what do you think are the key battles on the pitch that you expect to see to define the outcome for this one, Dara? What key battles on the pitch are you looking for?
For me, always midfield, but mainly I think the way Bournemouth play defensively. So if we can stop them scoring in the first 20 minutes, then they're in trouble. But let's allude to our forward line. I would like to see Dom move further forward. If he's going to be a 10, let him be a 10. And I don't want to see, if there's a choice like we had in the Ipswich game, not my choice, but that was Slot's choice. Gakpo or Lucho down the middle. It has to be Gakpo. So I'm hoping he doesn't go down that road. But for me, the key battle in the first 20 minutes is going to be our defense, because they are going to go for it.
Yeah, certainly.
Give us your 11 as well, Dar, if you want to quickly give us your.
Yeah, everyone can give their give in the chat. Please do give us your starting 11. I'll let the panel give theirs, and also when they're done, I will give mine as well.
Well, I don't want to trespass on my time.
No, you're right. Go ahead.
Certainly. Well, I alluded to this earlier on in the last game in the Champions League. I thought there was a disservice to Kelleher, which nobody really spoke about when he had that defence in front of him. And over to Lee quickly, in terms of a few players. We did get Nat Phillips, I believe, from Bournemouth, and Solanke, and who was our right back?
No, we sold Solanke to Bournemouth.
Sold Solanke to them.
I thought we bought him.
No, we got him.
No, we bought him from Chelsea.
Yeah, got him off Chelsea.
Who was the right back that we signed from Bournemouth?
Are you thinking Nathaniel Klein from Southampton?
That's it.
Yeah.
I thought he was at Bournemouth prior to
No, we got him from Southampton.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of with us was as I say, going back in the day, it was the Redknapp transfer, because Harry was the manager, one of Bournemouth for quite a long time. I think Harry played
Sure,
there.
right,
That's
yeah.
where Harry ended
Well,
his
that's where they live. Well, they
Yeah.
lived in a sandbanks now, but that's where the family was based.
Yeah. If I'm not, if I'm, I think I'm right in saying that's where Harry Redknapp finished his career. Like he was obviously playing for West Ham and other teams, but then he went to Bournemouth and ended up staying there, didn't he? Because he likes the place.
Didn't he end up at Portsmouth?
Yeah, he's done Portsmouth as well. He's done loads of jobs, hasn't he, Harry? He's been
Yeah,
around, hasn't he, Harry?
Well, he
I've
did.
always liked Harry, though. He's a good guy, and he's good pundit, and he's good when he talks, and always liked Harry Redknapp.
But anyway, in terms of your question to us, Simicast left back, Allison in goal. I don't know the status of Kanate. I'm assuming he's still fit.
Kanate still fit, yes.
Okay. And then Trent, right back. In the midfield, it's pretty much going to be the same midfield. And we know who that is.
Tell us. No, tell us. Tell us who that is.
It's going to be Dom.
Okay.
It's going to be McAllister. And it's going to be Gravenberch.
Okay.
The question for me is up front. And I only really see the vagaries in terms of who plays on the left and who plays down the middle. And there's almost an argument, and I'll put this out to what about Chiesa?
No. If you're Trudon, you think that he needs to start, or if you're Nalante, you think he should start possibly at this moment. But Chiesa, I'm looking at as being he's obviously, I think he could be a very important impact player. Will he have his time to start? He'll have his opportunities. I just don't think that this isn't the game to start him.
I would agree. He would not be my start, but it's a talking point for me. On the left, I would continue with Gakpo, but down the middle, I'm not going to go with Lucho. If Slot wants to do the same thing like he did against Ipswich, no.
So this is your preferred lineup, not necessarily Slot's lineup. You're saying
no, mine,
right?
And he made a huge error, in my opinion, because the game changed when he swapped Lucho with Gakpo. Gakpo is playing down the middle. He scores a goal. He looks much more threatening. If you are going to play a number 9, and
wait, what game are you saying that Gakpo
Ipswich
was down the middle?
Ipswich.
Oh, against Ipswich. Okay.
Yeah, Gakpo was playing on the left. Lucho was playing on the middle. And after 25 minutes, they swapped, and Gakpo scored, playing as a number 9. It made a huge difference because he can play that position much better than Lucho. So if those are your only 2 options, you're not going to pick Núñez. I don't know the situation with Jota. But between those 2, you have to go down the middle and not on the left. So for me, if it's the same team that he wants to pick, obviously Mo on the right, but Gakpo down and Lucho on the left. He cannot play, for me, as a number 9.
Okay.
That's my.
Some have soured on the Lucho in the number 9. I guess you could call it. I think it's beyond being an experiment, considering we've seen it quite a few times. But
Marginal
what you're
gains.
saying. What is that?
I think it's marginal gains.
Marginal gains, yeah.
I just think it's like, yeah, like my 11 would be the same as what someone put in there. Yeah, Ali, Trent, Evo, VVD, Robbo, Matt Grava, Dom, Salah, Diaz, Gakpo. Yeah, same as KJ. I think maybe the same as Mark as well. No, only other than Simi. Midfield picks itself. But I just think for me, if you're going to, I think if you take Gakpo off the left, you lose I just think in terms of that marginal gain, I think you lose more than you gain. So I think we keep him out in the middle or out of the middle, keep him out there, but yeah, I think it's I think that's one of the more predictable 11s tomorrow. Everybody seems to fit, Gakpo came off early, Robbo came off, pretty much everyone else didn't play. So I think, yeah, I'd be happy to stick a tenner on that being the 11. No problem at all. And I'd be happy enough to go with it as well. And use the boys. Like, give them a chance as well, because let's see what they're going to do. Let's see how Bournemouth are setting up. Are they doing something a little bit different? Are they doing, have they gone and switched the formation? Is there a lineup change, and see what we can do or see how the game plays out. But I think it's a pretty safe starting 11 that you can build off and make your changes off the back of that. But I understand calls, or not calls for, but someone like Chiesa, again, this guy is like Slot was asked the question in the press conference, like, what does he have to do to get into this team or something like that. It's like, well, he can't do any more than he's doing. It's just his competition is Nunes, Jota, Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. So it's happy days, man, for me. I think we'll pick that strong 11, get over the first 20 minutes, see what they're doing, and play from there.
Yeah, I think if the midfield today have a good game as a unit and dovetail together well tomorrow, I think we'll be too strong for them. I'm looking for the good performance from Sobo in this to carry the ball into the attacking third. But games, are won and lost in midfield, aren't they? It's a general thing, football. Okay, there are other areas of the team, but that's where you need to do it, isn't it? Like in the midfield, to get control of the game, control the middle of the park. And hopefully if we're on song, they won't be able to stop us. As handy a side as they are, they hopefully won't be able to stop us.
No, and just quickly, I'll just finish quickly. If we pick that 11 that I picked, just think for a second about our bench. We'll have Nunes, Chiesa, Endo, Elliott, Bradley. Like, our bench is going to be stacked against tomorrow. Like, we are going into this game pretty much. And those that aren't there, Jota, he's probably only a week, or he's only a game away. If he doesn't quite make it back. Jones, Gomez, if they're not quite back, they're only a game away. They're out training now. So we're almost back to 100% fitness in the squad again.
Yeah. Our
bench is going to be ridiculous.
The bench is going to make us have to make some difficult choices.
Good. I like that. I love that. It's like there's nothing worse than, oh geez, what are we going? Have we got a kid that we can stick on? No, man. Why want to be in a position where it's like, sorry, mister, you're brilliant at football, but you're not quite brilliant enough to get into this team because we're even better. That's the level I want to be at.
I mean, I also understand.
Train. Let's go.
I also understand
the motivation.
Get the motivation. Go ahead.
Oh. No, it's just there will be choices, difficult choices, yes. But it's also, look, these are what I suppose, first world football problems.
Mm-hmm.
We all remember the dark days of Genie, playing centre half. It swings around a bit. So I'd rather have it this way than the old Mother Hubbard scenario you had.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. He is unpacking his life there or something.
No, that's Dara. I muted. When you're ready, Dara, you can always come off mute. I just muted you just to while you get your microphone situated. This is my lineup, actually. I'll show you my lineup. The one that I would like to see, actually, against this team. It's not a big surprise. What's the lineup I would go with? But I see, obviously, and that's Luis Diaz, obviously. But I definitely see him going with especially since Lucho was rested, especially since Mo was rested, and because Cody did get an early exit after getting his goal in that PSV game. I could see him going with his tried and tested and formation of Lucho on the left, or excuse me, Lucho in the middle, and having Cody on the left and having Salah on the right, and then the normal suspects in the rest of the team, basically.
The one you have in the chat has Darwin starting.
Oh, I know. Oh, I
Is
know.
that
I put
your-
that. Yeah, that's mine.
your-
That's the one I would
okay,
like to see. But I just said that what I expect him to do is to go with Lucho in the middle,
yes.
Cody on the left, and Mo on the right. I don't think that we'll see any deviance from
Darwin.
any deviation from that. And then for Bournemouth, I think Bournemouth's going to go with this lineup. This is the lineup, at least I think they might go with. They'll do a 4-2-3-1. They'll play Kepa, Cook, Zabarni, Huijsen, Kirkez, Christie, Adams, Clivert, Semenyo, Brooks, and Atara.
Oh, Utara. Yeah,
Utara.
Utara.
Yeah, that's the lineup I am predicting they will go with.
They have a few out, but I'm on the Heisen watch. That kid Heisen, young centre half, heir apparent to VBD in the Dutch side. Plays the same side as him, plays a similar style to him. So being linked with everybody.
Yeah, certainly talented player. Definitely. Yeah. And that back's left center back, left center half.
A lot of talk about moves to big clubs, but
also I don't know if I think I said it, but I passed over because somebody said Christie, and then I don't know if I said Adams, but shout out to Tyler and Tyler Adams in the middle. Little Christie and Tyler Adams pivot is what we'll probably have to go up against. And Clivert has been on form lately. He has certainly been on exceptional form for them. But their left side of the pitch has been really, really good. Really, really good. And that's going to be the question mark on this one, I think, is how and what we get from our right side of the pitch. But it is definitely good to know that we have Ibu back there, and hopefully a well-rested Ibu and Trent to do some damage. I think big up Hylor, by the way. Justin Clivert, Otara, Semenyo have scored 14 goals between them in the last 4 games. He's asking the panel, how do you think Liverpool will stop them tomorrow? What is the key to stopping them tomorrow? I think Dara was still on mute, so I'll go with Lee. You have a key to stopping those guys? Yes, tomorrow.
Stopping them, just people to have a good game individually and collectively. We just need to be on it because they're a serious opponent with the form they're in. And provided we do that, we give it our maximum effort and carry out the instructions Arnie's given them, then hopefully we can get the win. But as I say, it should be a decent game to watch, but it won't be an easy one to win. We're going to have to work hard to get it, like we did at Brentford. We had to work hard there. Brentford, different type of side, but still, it'd probably be as tough as that to win. Whether I'm not saying it'll take us till injury time to score. I'm just saying it'll be a tough game to win. Like, but I think we can do it if we apply ourselves. Like, and do all the right things.
Okay.
Can't identify any particular way in which like we beat. We're not going to do anything differently against them. I don't think, to try and stop them. We're going to play our game. They're going to play theirs. So yeah, it's just up to the individual players, like, you know, the full-backs, the centre-backs, whatever, to watch their men, and for the that's it basically, isn't it? Really. Who plays in the middle for them at the moment? Because like they had Evan Nielsen, didn't he, to replace Solanke, but he's injured, isn't he? So who plays through the middle for them at the moment? Semenyo? Or does Watara play through the middle?
Semenyo plays on the wing.
Yeah, and Clive. So does Watara go through the middle, does he?
It's Clive. Yeah.
All right, okay.
Sorry, am I still on mute?
No, you're good.
Okay. Just going back to what you were saying, 12. Do you really see Lucho as a number 9? Because I don't see it. And in answer to your question, I know you were addressing it to me first, but I was on mute. The key for me is we do not concede in the first 20 minutes. If we keep
take a little bit of the sting of the crowd out of it.
Absolutely. And they are a side with limited players in terms of how many they have and the way they play. They exhaust their players. Let's soak up that pressure. Let's exhaust them. And if it's still 0-0 after 20 minutes, that's where we are going to be in a great position to out. And I would love Gomez to be on the bench, because he is the kind of player that could help Trent on the right-hand side.
That's a great shout. I was just going to add that Bournemouth right now is not, despite the fact that they are in good form, and that they are, but they have a very, very long, I mean, like, you talk about injury lists. Excuse me. They have a pretty long injury list.
They are down to their bare bones.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 9 players out.
Yeah, currently. They're down to their bare bones.
Yeah. Hill is out. Unal is out. Unal is out. Arojo is out. Excuse me. Senesi is out. Smith, Stoller, Scott. I don't know if Sinistera is drinking Aguadiarte or not. He's out. If he was, maybe who knows? Maybe it'll spur him on to go from doubtful to an actual participant in this next one. But they have a lot of names out. A lot of names. Is there?
Yeah, he said it's basically the same squad that played against Forest last weekend. Well, the only one that's out that could come back into that is Sinistera. So, yeah,
5-0. That's that 5-0 also.
Yeah, they have a lot of players out. And
but I'm just saying, I'm just saying that they did well, though. They did.
Oh, yeah, they did. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I was saying, I watched his press conference, and he was kind of trying to put a little bit of the pressure on the board, kind of going, well, got a lot of players out. We'd really, really like to do something. It'd be really good if we could. And the guy was like, but you've been playing so well. Do you really actually need anything? And he's like, yep, we do. It's like, yeah, we did. But it's like, we did score goals. Your man's like, so is it really? Do you need to improve this forward line? He's like, dude, yes, we do. Mm-hmm. So it comes down to, like I was saying, they can put that team out there, right? Best team, best squad. Go for like the early knockout punch. But what's their bench going to be like? What kind of changes will they be able to make?
Mhm.
You know, we'll be able to bring on Nunes, Endo, players at that level. You know, they might be looking at, okay, we've got some kid or we've got this guy. You know, that might be the telling point in it as well. You know, I think I'm with Dara. I think they'll come out, like, he'll have all his moves and they'll come out and try and get an early goal against us. They will, because they'll think, let's try and do something first 20, 25. Because if we try and go toe to toe for 90,
Yeah.
so yeah, we have to be switched on early, because like we're going to do this, you're going to do it. So maybe just be alive and be ready for that stuff. See it out, and our quality, our fitness, our subs over 90 should be more than enough.
I just saw someone put in the chat. I didn't recognize the fact that that is the case. Hyler just reminded us that Mr. England will be refereeing this game. It's his first Liverpool match since incorrectly disallowing Lucho's goal as the video assistant referee for Liverpool in that infamous September 2023 matchup that had a very heavy impact on us. We ended up losing that game, also losing Matip for the year in that game as well. I think that was the game we lost them in, right?
It was a terrible match, one. It was a terrible performance from the ref and the VAR the whole game, having like Jota sent off when he shouldn't have been, and all as well. It
Or
was
at least
just
it was own goal in that one.
the refereeing performance and the VAR performance, wasn't it? From that, especially from that Darren England, yeah, who was in charge of VAR. Yeah,
that was freaking absolute crazy, pathetic set of circumstances for that one. Well,
I just had a couple of things, if you don't mind, 12. I wanted to add in terms of what's crucial to this game. And not only the game, but also our season. He's done a great job, but I honestly think Slot's man management and his subs are going to be critical at the right time. For me, the first 20 minutes, we do not concede. That's critical. How he manages that for the second half, that is going to be crucial. And I just wanted to throw something out there. I don't really know. I've read a few reports, but has anyone talked about the Coot situation?
No.
No. Well, yeah, we're not probably going to.
Yeah, probably not going to get into that one.
I don't want to. I'm just wondering whether it's been.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Lee might have mentioned it or something, or someone mentioned it.
Okay. I've been immersed at work, so I don't even know. So.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I do think that that's going to be critical. That Slot knows and can make those subs, because we do, on paper, have the advantage in terms of the amount of players that we have that are fit, and they are going to be running around like blue-ass flies. I'm sorry, you don't have that expression, 12, but that's where they play, and they don't really have the substance to bring on. We do.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the two keys for me.
Okay. Yeah, I do have some questions like that. So I'm glad that you did bring that up. We have JK joining us as well, by the way. Big up, JK. How are you doing?
I'm all good, boys. I hope the rest of the crew are happy.
Yeah. As well as we can say, it's nice out right now. It's like 18 degrees Celsius here, so it's a nice day. Sunshine, so it's good.
Mm-hmm. Good to see you, Dara. Nice to see you, man.
Likewise. And for me, it's freezing, but okay. 18 degrees Celsius.
Oh, come on. You're someone that used to live in England. I'm sure that they're dealing with some...
He's in Liverpool. It's freezing weather. It's cold feet weather.
Yeah, exactly. It's like wool socks weather or something, right?
It's the weather where you have to put the radiators on and put your feet up against the radiators every
let them fall out. Let them
so
fall out.
revive them, like bring them back to life. Because you think they fell off or something, like you can't feel them. They're that cold.
Well, since Dara asked that question, I'll ask JK that similar question. I had a question lined up for you. So, with the busy schedule that we have this week, what's the best way for Liverpool to maintain balance between resting key players and staying competitive? What is your assessment?
Like we rested most of the first team in the Champions League the other day. We actually lost that game. I think if we got a draw there, he wouldn't have looked that so bad. But for me, we got a game tomorrow now, and then we got Tottenham on Thursday, is it? Yeah, we got Tottenham on Thursday. So there's enough gap there between the game tomorrow afternoon and the Tottenham game. And then we got Plymouth. And then we got Everton, I think. So I think with the teams, oppositions we've got, and the days between, I think that's enough time for us to sort it out, you know. But tomorrow's game, like the whole first team will be ready to go.
Yeah.
So Botzolai, Salah, everyone, you know, after their rest in the midweek. And I think against Thursday, against Tottenham, I'm going full strength until the job's done, and then bring off who we need to. That's another way to sort of rest players.
Because we have a big, I mean, you know, we have this game, which is an important game. Obviously, we got to, if we just, as long as we keep winning, you know, then we don't have to. I heard one of our doctors, one of our Mighty Red doctors, the way he was talking about it, and he was talking about looking in the mirror, but not looking in the rear view mirror. You know, looking in the mirror and just saying, looking at ourselves as being like, let's just get these wins ahead. Look at ourselves to get these wins and worry about ourselves, not worry about who is in our rear view mirror. You know, obviously Arsenal sitting back with 6 points, then you've got 9 points back is Forest, and then you have even further back, 12 points back. Whoever would have thought that you'd say, you know, getting through January that Manchester City would be 12 points off. And that's with a game in hand, by the way. It's pretty wild, but that separates first through fourth. And Newcastle has 41 points as well. But it's about getting these W's, getting these wins, going forward, not worrying about our opponents or any of these quote unquote contenders / pretenders. As long as we keep winning, then we can get this over the line. But we do have this big
Mm-hmm.
matchup tomorrow, and then also we have obviously another very, very vaunted contest coming against us in the derby that we'll have to face off with at Goodison. So,
sorry, I was just going to say, even before that, I don't care what people say, but for me, the Spurs game is massive.
oh, okay. You
Yeah.
Are you someone that really wants? Okay, I got you. Not everyone wants. Not everyone is invested, I guess. And I know some people that will say, when it comes to the FA Cup or the League Cup, if it means it might be you know, I don't want to say a blight, but like a heavy load for our team to have to get through all those types of games, than to not push some of our players to have to play in those kinds of matchups. It's a semifinal, though. I mean, that's a different story.
With tomorrow being the game it is, with them being in good form, that the players that start the game will play most of the game, you know, with them having this rest that he's given them. I don't think he'd be making changes unless he's forced to by the scoreline or, you know, whatever, or by injury. I think he'll be sticking with the side he chooses for the majority of the game tomorrow. I think for the Spurs game, then, though, there'll be a bit of rotation. There'll be some rotation, I think, for the Spurs game, because I think he'll fancy himself to win that and be able to take a couple of players in and out the side, or maybe only use them for a certain part of the game, that type of thing. But it is an important game, the Spurs game. Yeah, I've always loved the League Cup because that was the one we always used to win when I was a kid. We never won the bastard FA. Well, we won it when I was, what was 86. It's just going on 13. It's the first time we won the FA Cup. Like, we won it when I was 1, but I couldn't bloody remember that. But we always used to win the League Cup, and then go on and win the European Cup later on.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
In those days, Coca-Cola Cup, Milk Cup, so on.
Yeah, Milk Cup. Yeah, that was the sponsor.
12th. You're talking about the heavy work. The heavy work has already been done. We're in the semi-final. To me, this is a massive game.
Yep. For me as well. We've got to beat these guys, you know. It's like, as soon as we get the job done, bring off Salah, whoever, Graham and Birch. Tottenham not great. I watched a little bit of them yesterday. They won 3-0, but they weren't great.
How's your stomach, KJ?
JK.
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 KJ might be joining us though. That's why I was there.
Well, you watch Spurs, so that must have been fairly queasy for you.
Can you say that again? Sorry, I never heard that.
I said, how's your stomach? You said you mentioned you watch Spurs. So
Okay.
that's not an easy watch.
Yeah. You want to ask Max that question?
Yeah.
But
well,
no,
we do have
real
quick.
In-house correspondent, yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's a massive, massive game. But like Lee, I grew up with pretty much that being our tournament.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was kind of hit or miss with the FA Cup. And in those days, the FA Cup obviously meant a lot more.
Oh,
but,
yeah, it did.
But the League Cup was also a big tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And now I know it's been diluted. But we are so close. Why would we just dismiss it?
Yeah.
And I don't want us to.
I'm just trying to think. First League Cup final seen us lose was to Arsenal in '87. I think it was like it was the year that when Rush was leaving, and then
Juventus,
yeah, but it was the year. Yeah, it was the year. Its final season. Yeah, we were in white, I believe, at Wembley that day. A white Crown Paints was the sponsor, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Something like, but that was a bastard of a game. They were dead lucky their goals as well. Charlie Nicholas scored 2 like really fluky, like really brummy goals. Like,
I'm not going to model it, but I do have that shirt.
Yeah, I like that. I used to like that white one, the white with the red stripes and the red letters and that. Black shorts, white stripes.
Excuse me. Well, how about this? Let's get into a score prediction.
I just wanted to say, like, if we win 2 games, Slot will get his first trophy. That's like, come on, that's great for him.
Yeah.
And quickly, just sorry, follow up, real quick question. Who does everybody think we will be playing in the final? Because I think it's Newcastle said and done. Yeah, I don't think Arsenal by any chance. So if we did get through, does everybody think it would be Newcastle?
Yeah,
Anyone see an Arsenal comeback in the semi-final? No. Nobody for an Arsenal comeback? No. Okay.
I've never seen us play Newcastle in the final. We played them in '74, but I was only like, 1 year old. If that, I don't think it was even 1.
I was at that game, Lee.
Oh yeah, nice.
No,
Yeah,
sorry. No, I was just going to say, because I assume if we do get it, it's probably going to be us versus Newcastle, which would be much better than us versus Arsenal for the 7,000th time.
Yeah.
So but score predictions, chat. Everybody, get your score predictions head on.
Before I give my score prediction, Newcastle, and we owe them. Let's beat them in the final. I'm going to go with 1-0.
Okay.
1-0 win, I'm
Dolo
assuming.
on the Dolo.
Of course.
Yeah. Any shouts for goal scorers? We do
Who's the
make
goal
it
scorer you
complicated.
got in your 1-0?
Yeah. 12, and I'll probably ask you in what minute and
No.
what direction and who will get the
I'll
assist.
I mean, like, it's not hard. I mean, like, if it's 1-0, then he's the guy that gets, whoever he picks is the person that gets the party started. So,
Okay,
Oh, the party starter as well. Yeah, the party starter as well. Yeah, you have to get that one. Yeah.
I'm going to go with McAllister in the 53rd minute.
oh, wow. Okay. He did give us the minutes. All right. That's cool. All right. All right. How about for you, Lee?
Max C on
I'll
53.
go 3-1. I'll say Mo gets one, Diaz gets one, and Szoboszlai gets one, I'll say.
So you had Diaz, Dom, and who?
Sobo, Dom.
No, I said, yeah, Diaz, Dom, you said
Mo.
3-1. So Diaz, Dom,
Mo.
and who else?
Mo.
And Mo.
Salah. I'm backing Salah to get the first goal as well. He breaks the deadlock.
Okay. Okay.
But they
How
do
about-
get the goal, sadly.
How about for you, JK? I'm going to bring up some of the chat's score predictions as well. Go ahead.
I'm going to go 2-0.
Deuce. Okay.
No Desmond, but
No Desmond.
half a Desmond.
I wonder how, like, I thought that, I remember, I thought that, like, we were, like, some of the first to be using that, but I hear that everywhere now. Everyone drops
Oh,
it.
no, Desmond is ancient.
Is it ancient?
Desmond
I got
Tutu.
you.
Oh, Desmond Tutu. That's.
Oh, I mean, I know who Desmond Tutu is, but I mean, like,
No,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
the,
but
no,
the
the
law-
Tutu. Yeah, the references. It goes
I
way
made that
back.
up.
Yeah, that's
made
what I
that up.
thought.
Yeah, I made that up.
No,
I
no,
was like,
JK absolutely did not.
no,
JK absolutely did
My
not.
whole, my whole life, every time it was a 2-2 score, I would say, "Oh, it's a Desmond." Like it between me and my boys and that. And on one show, we can go back, and I was like, I was like Desmond. I was like 2-2. I'm gonna take a 2-2, you know. But it's
Right,
like me,
right.
I'm the first one who used that, and since
I
then
like
I've heard
it,
a lot
I
of
like
people
it.
using it. Like, okay, show me proof of anyone else saying it before me.
People were saying Desmond long before YouTube existed.
I never heard it.
Long.
I never
That's
heard
all
it.
good. Put your copyright appeal in there, JK. There you go.
You know what I mean, bro?
I'll back you on it. I'll back you on it.
It's like that. It's like that. There's an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where there's a random character in it, and this guy comes in, and it's like he introduces himself, and he's like, his claim to fame is, my grandfather was the man who coined the phrase "to coin a phrase." And that was just the whole episode. It was just like, have you met Johnny? Yeah, don't know. His granddad was the first person to coin the phrase
coin
a phrase. So yeah, we're going to be introducing.
We'll go down that route.
This is JK. Did you know he was the first? He coined the phrase Desmond too.
JK, I'm with you. I'm with you, JK. I believe you. I did say this is funny because I saw.
I've never heard no one else say it.
I saw
never heard no one.
I saw the on one of the shows. I think it was on AGT was like going on about the Bournemouth. They were talking about the Bournemouth show on DR Sports, I think it was, or something. And the Arsenal, Robbie's brother, goes, "I'm gonna take a Desmond," and I was like, everyone's shopping this Desmond now. All of a sudden, I'm like, first time I really heard about it, I thought it was like, yeah, like JK said. I remember JK starting off, but
I never heard no one else say it, bro.
I didn't really hear people saying that, but I don't know. Who knows?
I can talk to my lawyer if you want, if you need.
I know. We'll have to speak to you.
I can guarantee, JK, I can guarantee you, I heard that phrase a long time before I ever met him.
I need proof, brother. I need proof.
It has been going on. Like, I think a lot of people were in on that one where,
I never heard it before in my life from no one's lips.
I back you, my red. I got your back.
There you go.
So...
That's what you call a brother. That's what you call a brother.
Can't think of surname 1-1 or 3-3, but 2-2. Yeah, is it Desmond? Isn't it?
So 2-0. All right. All right. Brian,
goal scorer Szoboszlai and Salah.
Okay.
14th minute and 41st minute.
Oh wow, you guys are dropping. I don't really ask that.
We're getting to that level now.
I was just Brian kidding around, but okay. That'd be great if you guys get the time right. That'll be absolutely incredible. By the way, if you guys get the time right on your score predictions. But Brian, what is your score prediction? And I'm going to put your score predictions in. I have them start. I have Roberts. I have KJ starred for your predictions. And I think that's all that's put in so far. So if you do have a score prediction, put it in. Put your score as well prediction in, and I'll be sure to start it. But
Yeah,
Brian,
mine was the 53rd minute. McAllister.
Oh, I know. We got you, McAllister, 53rd minute.
And we
Right.
don't have the same grading system in this country like they do in England, with the 2 1s first, 2 2s, Desmonds.
Yeah. That's so funny.
I would know. I graduated.
Everyone's using it now.
Yeah, everyone. I've heard that term. Like, I've seen people like drop Desmond. I was like, okay. I'm like, I really never heard people say that until
Never heard it before,
I
bro.
knew the reference
telling
as soon
you.
as you said Desmond. I'm like, oh, I know what you're referring to because of his last name. But yeah, it's just funny. It's funny.
Yeah, I graduated in '98, and the last thing I wanted was a Desmond.
Yeah, exactly. They also call them that. A 2-2 degree. When you get a degree is a 2-2. You get a 1-1, you get a 2-2. They also call those Desmonds back in the day.
Okay.
So basically, showed up. That's it.
Okay. Well,
5-3. Ooh.
someone else got
Cedric, bless Cedric. How's you cool, man? Marianne as well.
8-goal thriller. 8-goal thriller.
Okay.
That'd be a nice Saturday afternoon. You know.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Everyone's
coming in,
scores
yeah.
are starting
They're all
to
coming in,
roll in now. I
Yeah,
like it. I like it.
Yeah.
What's your prediction, Brian?
Oh, me. Oh, yeah. Look, it's very 3-1. I mean, we beat them 3-1, or we beat them 3-0. I mean, at home. So I'll do my usual kind of like they're a good team playing away from home, good players in form. Only takes a minute, that's another one. So I'll give them a goal, but I think we'll be better than them, 2 or 3 goals better than them. So that to me would be a kind of a standard kind of bet on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're so strong at the moment. We really are. I'm just like the way we're gonna be looking at our first 11 or bench tomorrow. It's gonna be like, okay, yeah, I can't really see us getting ground down by them. They'll throw their early punches, so they might get one early. Unfortunately, Dara, they'll throw early punches. They'll be like Deontay Wilder, they'll be just trying to knock us out early and try and take something.
right.
So I'll give him a goal there. Yeah, I know it's 3-0 at home. That's what I mean. So I'm going to give him a goal away, and then we'll come back, take control of the game. Dom to continue his good form. Definitely Dom to continue his good form. Give him one. I'm going to go against what I usually do. I always give him a one. I won't give him one this week. Give him a goal this week, I mean. So I'll go with Dom, Cody, and I'll revert to my tried and trusted but never works defender from a corner. So VVD. So
Mm.
You know
VVD.
what? We've not had a goal.
I know, Dara. I know. I'm trying to wish it back into existence because I used to throw one in every week.
Yeah.
And it never worked. So yeah, I'm just trying to throw it back in there. And I'm doing the opposite of my picking Mo Salah every week thing. Just for variance. Just for a bit of spice. So
Okay.
yeah, VVD, Dom, Gakpo, 3-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 points, main thing for me.
Exactly. 3 points, main thing.
I have a score for my heart and I have a score for my head. The score for my heart is 3-0. The score from my head is saying 3-1. So I have Salah, I have Nunez scoring, And I also have, this one was tough, but I'm going to go with Chiesa if he gets minutes. But if he doesn't get minutes, I'm going to go with Harvey Elliott scoring as well. Harvey getting a kind of like nail in the coffin style goal.
I would say you're not going with your heart, you're not going with your head, you're going from a different planet.
Different planet.
Did I actually hear you say Nunes?
Yeah, absolutely. Nunez scored against Bournemouth last time. Not last game, but he scored against them last time at their home field.
Okay.
So it's not like Nunez hasn't. I get the whole thing about Nunez, but Nunez scores goals, man. He scores goals. Given the right opportunity, this could be it's a game that maybe you get to see him, get a little space, get a couple opportunities.
Question that he'll play him, is it? It might happen. He might start the game. It's not out of the question.
Yeah, if he starts the game, I think it's a higher likelihood. But I also think that there is still a likelihood that he gets a goal in a reserve role as well. I think that could happen.
Yeah, he's turned into quite an effective sub, hasn't he?
Yeah, if you don't think that, I think that he is a very, very viable impact player when it comes to him being called on from the bench, especially. We've had, some very big goals scored by him.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see a bit more of Chiesa tomorrow. I'm hoping that we can have half an hour at the least for him tomorrow.
Yeah.
In some, we can play right across the forward line, so we can come on in any of them positions, left, right, or centre, couldn't we?
Yeah, I did say the double was this weekend. It's not. It's next weekend. It's the double, right? Because we have Bournemouth, then we have Spurs, then we have Plymouth, then we have Everton, and then we have. It says we have Wolves actually.
Wolves at home, and then City away, isn't it?
And then City, right, away. So
yeah, but I think if you're playing FPL, I'm not sure, but because I'm not playing it this year.
It's week 24 is the week. Yeah.
Is the double game week in FPL, is that Bournemouth and Everton or Everton and Wolves?
No, it's. I thought it was. See, that's the thing about it. It's like.
That's what I'm asking.
You know why they're saying it that way? It's
just from an FPL. JK will know. Is the double game week? Is it Bournemouth and Everton or Everton and Wolves?
I got to double check. I'll see. I'll bring it up too, because I'll give us the FPL update as well. Mine as well. Excuse me.
And I will just respond.
Everything you need for a double game week. Game week 24 is the double game week of the FPL.
And tomorrow is the game week 23 or 24?
I think tomorrow is game week 23, and then 24 is like.
So 24 is Everton. So if you're
in
the FPL.
But there's something. But it is. But if you were to do the coaching chip, there's a coaching chip now. That would be, you get 4 games instead of 3. That's what it was. So if you were to use the coaching chip, you get to do, excuse me, you would have Bournemouth, you'd have Everton, you'd have Wolves, and then you'd also have City as your 4 games.
Or I imagine you could play it on the back end and get the 2 close to 1 after.
I think the only way you can get it is if
I don't. Anyway, yeah, we can. Yeah.
I think the only way you can get the 4th game is by doing it this week.
No, I mean you could get the 3, but you could do it off the back end. You could get the one before.
Oh yeah. Very true. Yes, but I guess everyone's looking at it for this week because that next game is Newcastle at home as opposed to Bournemouth away. I guess that's why.
Drink some water, 12th.
Yeah, I tried.
And I will add what you said, just my comments about Nunes. Yeah, is he a viable option? Yes, he is. However, you also mentioned effective. That's hit or miss.
Okay.
So you can't equate the two. Is he a viable option? Yeah, he is. But is he an effective option? Yeah, time will tell.
Time indeed.
He's no bloody Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Ginger Wizard, and those who go back know who I'm talking about.
Oh, goodness. I get what you're saying. I get, but Nunez is an acquired taste for some. Look, you'd be surprised if you look at the numbers. He's actually pretty efficient when it comes to his minutes off the bench. He has the record. He's the top scorer in the 90th minute of games so far this year. Or not this year, but I think he has the most in the Premier League.
Right.
So, you can say what you like, but he's done. He's performed when all else was failed. There you are watching the Nunez celebration, and I'm sure you didn't say to yourself, not inconsistent for me. You're just happy he scored. That's how I'm looking at it.
Okay, and the way I'm looking at it is that moment doesn't make up for the 20 games prior to that.
Absolutely does. Absolutely
not
does.
for me. But then
I feel you. I understand what you're saying. To each his own, I said. But I just said it absolutely does. Because you know why? Because he's scored in some huge games for us. At least I perceive it. Newcastle game, we were down to 10 men. Right? I believe possibly even it was a 10 or 9 men in that game.
10.
And then for him to, get a huge win in a fixture that we usually do well, but it was finally one fixture at one time that Newcastle was about to overcome their boogeyman team. He came in, scored twice as nice in a game that we were down 1-0. Not only scored the equalizer, but scored the winner.
Nobody wants to see him do better or more and be fantastic for us than me.
I don't know about that, but okay.
No.
I mean, some of us, I mean, like, you can't, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, though. I just say that when I hear people say that, I've heard people say, like, I would love for him to prove me wrong and those kinds of statements. And sometimes I'm like, okay, it's an interesting way of putting it, I guess. It's showing that you don't necessarily have the confidence in him doing so. You'd like to see him do it, but you're not saying that he has the confidence. But those of us that do have the confidence in him, when I hear someone say, oh, no one wants to see him do better, do well more than me, I'm like, no, that's not accurate, because I have my confidence in the player. I back the player. So I would like to see him do better or do well because I believe in him. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't agree with that take. That's all, because
okay,
I'm not saying that you don't want to see him do better at all. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying, or do well, because obviously it affects all of our futures and with the team and the likes, but what I am saying is that, when those players that you have a little bit more vested interest in, you're taking all the criticism, you're hearing people constantly, slag the player off and, and the likes. And then when he does well, I am very, very excited and happy for him because, I'm sitting there going, hey, I believe in you. Just keep your chin up.
The Brentford thing was lovely for him because he's taking a lot of stick. I mean, I've been critical of him. I think most fans
absolutely,
if they're
and
honest
rightfully
with
so
themselves.
too. He deserves some of the criticism that he gets.
I agree. I would only say that belief is not a pathway to truth.
Oh, well, faith, I don't agree with that either. I believe faith is a very big part of the pathway to truth. I believe that. But we all have our different perspectives and philosophies. So That's why I was so stringent upon that perception, at least. So, but that's why, and I'm glad that we could have that little debate, or that little bit of maybe differing opinions or differing perceptions, and that's what it's about. At least we have the conversation.
He seems at the moment to favour Diaz in the false nine, so I think he'll more than likely start with Diaz. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Darwin will start. If he's over his illness, whatever his illness was, it's not beyond the realms of possibility, is it? But I think he will go with Diaz. That seems to be his preferred lineup at the moment. Yeah, having Diaz in it.
Yeah. What I was going to also bring up is, all right, so let me bring up a fun portion of it. How about this? I'll ask this.
Yes, fun, please.
Fun portion. Yeah. How about this? I'll ask you guys a little pop quiz.
It is Friday night after all.
It is Friday night. That's right. The feeling's right. So,
it's ladies' night somewhere.
It's the ladies' night somewhere. That's right. All right. So, can you tell me? We were talking about Salah. I don't think anyone had Salah scoring on their sheet tally. That'll be certainly something that Salah doesn't like to hear. Maybe that inspires him to prove us all wrong. How about that?
He got the notification. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll ask this. Salah has scored quite a bit of numbers, a bit of goals, against this team.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, yeah. Can you name the last hat trick? When Mohamed Salah got his last hat trick against Bournemouth?
His last one. You mean he's had more than one?
Well, his last hat trick against this go with it, Brian. You know what I'm saying.
Oh, sorry. So when did he score a hat trick against
Bournemouth?
I know. It would be the game with
now you're gonna get semantic about.
Well, no, I'm just thinking, Jesus, he got more than one. I was like, crikey. I'll go with the.
I don't know if he's got more than one hat trick against Bournemouth. Obviously, he's got more than one hat trick, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd go with the. What's his name? Scott Parker game. Was it 9-0? That one.
What year? Just tell me the year. Just tell me the season.
I'm so bad at that. That's like that'd be what? That'd be 3 years ago. Probably 3 seasons. No, probably 4. That would make. So I'll say 2020.
2020 is your guess. Excuse me. 2020 is your guess. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let the whole panel guess here. Dara, what's your guess?
I think it was 2018, and I believe we beat them 4-0.
Okay. Lee, what's your guess?
But 9-0 was their worst ever from my recollection. The Bournemouth, that's the worst ever defeat. But I could be wrong. I'm going with 2018.
Okay. Lee, what's your guess?
When was the last time they beat us? You say?
No, when Mohamed Salah scored a hat trick? What year? In what year did he do so against?
2017.
2017. JK, you have a guess?
In his first season, quite early on, I think he got a hat trick at Bournemouth, didn't he?
I'll go 2018.
It was 2018.
I went for the 17 half of that season because I thought it was earlier in the season, but it must have been the second half of the season.
Yep. 2018-2019 league season.
Oh, right.
It was the next season after, you see.
Yeah.
What was the result in that game?
Ooh, I think it was 4-0.
It was 4-0, but who scored the other goal?
So he didn't get a hat trick in the 9-0. So
Nope. he
No,
did not.
I'm just wondering, like, so is like, has he got
I
more
thought
than one
that's why I asked
hat-trick
the question. I thought, because I know people would probably
That's why I backed him to score tomorrow to open the deadlock, because I think he's got a good record. He likes playing against Bournemouth.
yeah.
Oh, he's one of those guys, like, he's got more goals against some promoted teams than actual clubs do, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, he's got more goals against certain teams than some clubs do. This is insane. Like, yeah, he's only got one. Like, who we were talking about him recently? There's one team where he's like,
Does anyone know do you want to take a guess on the? I do know who the player is.
oh, that scored the fourth in the 4-0 where he scored the
Mhm.
hat trick, which was
Yep.
in what year you were saying was 2018-19 season.
Yep.
Oh, I'll go with Bobby Firmino.
Bobby, okay. JK, what's your guess? I'll leave Dara for last since he asked the question.
I will go with.
No look, Bobby.
Well,
Oh,
Let's say
well,
Mane.
Burns. Oh, that's a trick
who was
question.
it? Who'd you say?
Mane.
Mane. How about for you, Lee?
I go Mane. Yeah, I go the obvious one, Mane.
Bernie's just exposed it. It was a trick question.
It was a trick question.
All right.
And go.
Lee.
It was the storage.
Yeah, it was not Daniel Sturridge. Nope. I don't know, Dara. Did you hear? Did you hear the answer already?
No, sorry, I got cut off. And
No worries. What is your guess? Who was the fourth goal scored by? You asked the question, so I'll ask it back to you.
Oh, I assume he knew the answer.
I do. So what?
Yeah, I assume he knew the answer.
What did you think? What was the answer you were going to give?
I'm not going to give the answer.
No, we've
already
gave the
answered it. Yeah, he missed it. No, he knows the answer.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Reveal what you thought was the answer.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah. We already revealed it, but you didn't hear us reveal it, so that's why we're saying.
Okay. I'm guessing you all went with Sturridge.
No, I went with Bobby Firmino, but Barney gave the game away. It was a trick question. It was an own goal.
Well, don't now you're giving the game.
Well, he knows the answer.
Well, then let him say it, Brian.
Well, I'm assuming he knew it.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. You're assuming he knows the answer.
Like, Dara's a tricky customer, so I assume he knew.
Yeah.
I think Dara is a smart individual. That's why.
Oh, don't be obsequious there, 12th.
I do.
It was an own goal.
I think that's a big word. I mean, like, so that's a very.
But my biggest question is, where is Nalante?
Nalante is I think he's handling some business right now. But still, we're still waiting. I just wondered if you tell us what you thought was the answer, or what you thought was the answer.
It was, from my recollection, an own goal.
There you go. Okay. Do you know who scored the own
goal?
goal?
You know who scored the own goal?
No, I don't.
Oh, Barney told you it was Steve Cook.
Steve Cook.
I'm not the fountain of all knowledge. I'm a novice here.
But don't be asking questions. If you're gonna follow, you need at least 3 layers.
All right. Well, then how about this? How about this? In that 9-0 game, can you tell me all of the goal scorers in that 9-0 game?
Didn't we have 8 goal scorers?
I'm sorry, is that question for me?
It's for the group. It's for the group. And the chat can chime in too. Let's see how many you guys can get. We can go that way.
Trent, Carvalho, Mo.
Wait.
Diaz got a header in that game.
You guys can all chime in. This is a group one. Trent, correct. Carvalho, correct.
Elliot.
Elliot, correct. You can't get any wrong though. You can't just throw out names and just be like throwing them out. You gotta be
Okay, so if you get one wrong, you're out.
Yeah, you get one wrong, you're out. So be very, very selective with your choices.
All right.
Lee,
and,
you've named a few, so let someone else
Yes,
go.
all of them that he's named have been correct. I know he said Trent.
Yeah,
he said
he's still in the
Cavallo.
game, but yeah.
Elliot
let
is
the other
1,
ones have
2,
it.
so that's 3. So you got 6 more to name.
Van Dyke.
Van Dyke is on there. That's 4.
JK, do you want to? We can go round that way. So you've had Elliot, you've had Van Dyke, you've had Mo, you've had Diaz. Yeah, is that all we've done so far? So anyone but them.
There is a caveat with one of those goal scorers too.
Firmino.
Of that.
Meaning, like one of the goal scorers. I'll get to you. When the goal scorers score twice.
Firmino.
Bobby is. I believe Bobby did score. Yes, Bobby scored 2. So that's 5 goal scorers.
Okay, Lee. One guess. One name. Too early, I think. No.
Yeah. Do you want to go with that answer? I'll let you think about that one again. I did say if you answer wrong, but I will give you.
Yeah.
I can't remember how long ago it was now. The game. What year was it? This game?
It was 2022 was the game.
Oh, 22. Oh well, that's different.
It was the year before the midfield rebuild.
Yep.
Did Thiago score?
No. Oh.
You're out, Lee.
You're out.
You're
out.
You're out of there.
But I'm up next. But I am up next. I'm also struggling.
There isn't. Yeah. There's that's because there's not 9 goal scorers.
Oh yeah, there's one guy that scored twice, and there's an OG, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we only need 7.
Who do we have as the?
We have
Elliot. You have Bobby. You have Lucho. Elliot. You have BVD. You have Cavallo.
Salah.
Yep.
We have
so
Diaz.
We only need. Yeah, we only need 1 more or 2 more.
Wait, did you say Mo Salah?
Well, I thought we had Mo. I think someone said
no. Mo did not score in that game.
Oh, okay. I thought we had him, or he's not on the list. Okay, so how many? Do we have 5 or do we have 6?
You have.
I mean, do we need 1 more or 2 more?
You have. So you have 5. You need 2 more.
We need 2 more. Okay, I'm gonna go with Trent.
I think. Right. Let me double check. Yeah, we're no. Well, technically, no. Wait, you have 6. Excuse me. You have 6.
Oh, so we only. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Trent.
Trent was said.
Was he said? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have.
I'm going to go with.
So you have Lucho, Harvey, Trent, Bobby, VVD.
Oh, sorry, we have Trent, not Salah. Yeah, okay, yeah. Trent, not Salah.
Actually, you know what? There's 2 goal scorers that scored twice in this game. Actually, that's why.
And we also had Cavallo. I think he scored.
And
yeah, we had Carvalho. Carvalho's been named as well. He was named early by Jake.
So there's 6 goal scorers, but 2 of them scored twice. Can you name the 2 goals that scored twice? I'll give you that because you already named all 5.
Yeah, we've done them all then. Yeah, because
Mane's not in the list, Max.
So who scored twice? I think Diaz scored twice.
Yeah. Taki was gone by then. Diaz scored twice. That's correct.
Yeah.
And who's the other goal? Who's the other? Who gave us our Desmond for this game? How about that?
You won't let that go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Well, he doesn't let things go, man.
There you go.
He does not let things go.
I'm noticing that. I'm going with Bobby.
That would be correct.
Twice. Yeah, Bobby on 2. One of them was a no look, I believe.
Yep.
I believe one of them was a no look.
Yeah. And the sixth goal was scored by who? That's the OG, if you know that one. I don't know. You might know that one. You might not. That one was tough. Initials are CM.
Well, that doesn't really
Oh,
help.
Chris Mepham. Chris Mepham.
Yep. That would be it.
Hmm.
That would be it. Yeah, we've had some nice runs against this team. We've got a so far in our last two games we have a 7-0 aggregate on them. So we've played well against them as of late. 1-2-1. We beat them even when we had the red card game, which was we beat them 3-1 at home. Obviously the 1-0, the 9-0, the 2-1, the 3-0, 3-0, 4-0, 3-0, 4-0. I don't know. Do you know? Can you tell me when the last time they beat us?
So what?
Can you tell me the last
In the
time?
league.
Last time and
Bournemouth
only
beat in the
time
league.
they've beaten us.
In the league.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2-1 or 3-1 to them. I think it was 2-1. It was at their ground as well.
Was it Brendan times?
It was a few years back.
It was a few years.
But they've only been up recently in the league, or was it like a super early one?
It was
Either.
okay.
Was it Brendan era? To me, it would
No,
have
you're
to be Brendan era. Early Klopp, late Kenny Dalglish, maybe couldn't even Kenny. They weren't even there. It has to be Brendan era, right?
Mm-mm.
No,
I'll give you that clue. It was not.
well, it's not Brendan era. Well, did they beat us when Klopp was here? Because I'm thinking,
Yes. I'll give you
Okay.
that clue. I'll give you those clues. So if you say them, I'll help you out.
okay, right. So
If you,
yeah,
that's what you want. I mean, if you
Yeah.
don't want me to give you clues, I won't give you clues.
no, I'm just thinking out loud. Sorry, when I ask questions, that's how I think out loud.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
it-
All right.
yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
not,
know.
no, I'm not literally asking. Sorry, yeah, it sounds like I was
Yeah.
asking you, but no, that's just how I think out loud. But sorry, yeah, look, all I know is it's Klopp now. Someone else can go with the year. KJ saying Ake winner, so that would be what?
Come on,
18?
this one's actually a pretty easy one. Robert, don't look at the chat because Robert just got it. At least got the score. I don't know if he got the year, but this one was kind of easy. This one's not that hard to remember.
Well, maybe not for you, but
when you hear what the game was, you'll know why it's not hard to remember.
anyone else?
It was like a 5:30. I remember it was like a 5:30 kickoff for me that day. That was like a rough one. I was really pissed off about that. I did not like waking up that early in the morning for a defeat. When you hear it, you're gonna be like, "Oh." Tell me when you do throwing the white towel or the white flag.
Well, I'm not saying anything because I unfortunately glanced and saw what people were saying, so I'm not going to say anything.
Does Dara, Lee, or JK want to take a stab at it?
I'd say the last time they beat us was 15-16 season.
Okay, 15-16. Dara, you want to take a stab?
The last time they beat us. JK, you can jump in at any time too.
I'm sure it's about 5 years ago.
Okay.
So let's go.
2019.
2019. Yeah.
Okay. So 2016, 2019,
I think I went 18.
I think Brian already knows
I think I
because
went
of he
18.
saw it in the chat. So,
But no, my original guess was 18.
It's
I'll be
18.
true. I'll say what my original guess was 18.
Okay. What was yours, Dara?
I think it was before that.
Before 2016?
Yeah.
So 2014, 12.
I think even
Mhm.
2013.
Is that final answer? 2013?
Yeah.
2013. All right. It was 2023.
Oh, really?
And the reason why I said it was an easier one, unfortunately, an easier one for me to remember, at least, or a lot of people in the maybe have like blocked that memory out, because that was when Mo Salah started to have issues with taking the penalty kicks. And they were up 1-0, and he stepped up to take the penalty kick that would have been the equalizer, and he missed the penalty kick. And that's when a lot of people started saying, "Oh, Mo maybe shouldn't be on penalties."
And that was a league game.
Yeah. 27th round of the Premier League in 2023. It was on, was that January, February, March 11th, 2023. That game was that's why I was like, when you hear it again, you most likely would remember it. That game was like a really game. We did not really have what we should have. And then we got, I wouldn't say gifted a penalty, but we definitely it was a pen, but yeah. Keeping Lee up. I'm sorry, Lee. Lee's like, this is boring.
I stop yawning, like nearly swallow my own head every time I yawn.
Gotcha.
You know, every time we talk about these scores, I always, and for the let's say more journeyed people in the panel, I always think about the Forest game, and that's 7-0.
Okay.
I wonder who could name those goal scorers in that game.
7. Yeah. Well, you have to save it for a Forest or save it for a trivia question. We'll bring up that. We'll bring it up. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head right now for the 7-0 Forest game.
Well, not just that one.
Big up Max. Max got it right off the bat, pretty much. Had quite a few people. I mean, like, that game was a game that we got definitely a lot of us blocked out, because that was also a very impactful game in our season that year too.
Who scored the winner for them? Who scored the winner for them when they beat us that time in 2023?
It was like a kind of a fluky goal too, I think. Hold on, I'll tell you in a second.
I must have blanked it from my memory out of pain.
Yeah. Billing.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's happened to him now?
Do you remember it now? Yes. I remember it now. Yeah, Billing.
Yeah.
Is he still there, Billy?
Dominating for a while. He was playing really well.
He was playing really well, yeah. He had a phase where like other clubs were interested in him, and then ever since then, bang, he vanished.
Vanished.
Weird. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, this fixture's been a good fixture though for us. Like, some fixtures average 3.5 goals per game in the last 6 encounters. That's what we're on right now. So
4-0 last season there.
Yeah. So should be an interesting one once it gets down to it. Should be very, very interesting one.
But I'm confident. They're on form and stuff, but we're Liverpool, top of the league. Forest, everyone was saying Forest are doing great. They got battered there last week. So football's a bit funny like that. But come on, they're Bournemouth,
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it?
Well, we only got about like a little over the 2-hour mark that we're trying to stay at, but we'll go another, I guess, 15 minutes or so. Make sure that we got all your comments or all your questions in. I'm gonna make sure I bring up all the scores as well. We said we'd include that. Here's what the predictions are. So KJ, I have down for 4-2. I have Robert down for 5-0. Nunez and Mo with a Hattie. Jimmy's got it 3-2 to the Reds. Max got it 3-2 as well to the Reds, or 2-3 to the Reds. Marion's got it 3-1 to the Reds, I would assume. 5-3 Liverpool, high scoring. No worries, Chris Edric. No worries. It's usually when someone says they're bad at predictions, they usually get the prediction right. So
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah. Max got it. Salah in the 23rd minute, and Konate in the 42nd, and Nunez in the 77th.
I like
Double
that.
sevens. I like that. Double sevens. Yeah, and Bernie's got 3-1 to the Reds. 3-1 to the Reds. All right. Well, all right.
Isn't it City Arsenal this week?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Do you want to do? We could do a quick one. Let's do this real quick. Hold on. Let me pull up the schedule, or make sure I have the.
City at home.
Hmm?
Are City at home, or is it?
City's at. It's at City. It's at City.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was in Arsenal. I thought it was in London. No, yeah, no, City are
No,
away.
is
City are away.
Is that
My
Arsenal?
fault. You're right.
Yeah,
City are
City
away. City are away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I fancy you could get a draw, City, but I don't think they've got it in them to beat Arsenal the way they are playing better. They have improved, City, but I don't think they're quite there yet to be able to go to Arsenal and win. Much as I'd like them to, because that is my preferred result to give us more distance. But nevertheless, I think it'll be probably a draw if they get a result at all, City.
I'd go for that, Lee.
Seems
Draw
about
or
right.
City win. That's what I'm after. That's the main one.
Yeah,
Look, for me, tomorrow we just we do our job, and then we can sit back and just see what happens in that one.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We have.
Yeah, City win, I think.
Here. So we have Forest Brighton. Forest are hosting Brighton. What are you guys? We'll do a quick predictions on those. You can give a score if you like, or you just say win, lose, win, draw. If you don't want to necessarily give a score, it's okay. So Forest Brighton. Lee, what do you have in the Forest Brighton game?
Another one I could see a draw in that one. Is it at Forest, is it?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah, I still think Brighton could get a draw though.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get these down as best I can here. 2-1 Forest. Bernie has it. All right. A lot of. I'm gonna take a screenshot. It'll probably be easier than me having to write down everyone. Scores. Marquez got 1-0 Forest. So everyone's looking at a Forest bounce back, huh? Forest bounce back, except for Brighton.
I'm going with
2-1. Max has got. What do you got, JK?
I'm going with the Desmond.
You're going with your coin. You're going with your coin phrase. You're
Coin.
Gotta use it now. I
gotta use that
bro.
coin now. There you go.
Even KJ as well. He's in the Desmond flex.
You got the Desmond there too.
He knows.
All right. How about for you, Dara? What do you have for the Forest matchup?
Forest, not great at home. I'm going for a 1-0 Brighton.
Wow. Okay. All right. How about for you, Brian?
Well, I wouldn't touch this with JK's 2-2. I have no idea. This is a clash of styles if ever there was one.
Mm-hmm.
This could be if Brighton click, if Forest click, 3-0 either way. Yeah, I really don't know. So I'll just give it to the home team. Say Forest win, but no more than that. Just a home win. I'll call it that.
Okay.
But I'd enjoy watching that game, to be honest with you.
I think it's got
Okay.
a draw written all over it.
Yeah, everyone's got different scores, like you just said. 2 draws. We got one Brighton, 2 draws. Or actually, 2 draws. 1 Brighton, 1 Forest, and then in the chat it's the same. It's 2 Forest. There's a couple of draws, and there's a draw from KJ. There's a Forest, a Brighton. It's gonna be a good game to watch. It's gonna be a good game because this is the game I think that really sets up whether Forest is going to be a team that's going to compete for top 4 or really just fall off, which they could easily.
I think they'll fall off. I don't think they've got enough to maintain top 4 right until the end. I think they will fall out the top 4. They'll get Europe, but I don't think it'll be Champions League unless the 5th place gets you then or something.
Okay.
I
How
would,
about for
Sorry, Dara. Go ahead, Dara.
No, I just add to Lee. I think they already have fallen off, but
yeah, I don't see that. I just don't think they've got enough compared to Chelsea and City because Arsenal are going to finish in the top 2. Then you've got Chelsea, City. Probably for me will get the other 2 spots because of their squads compared to Forest's. Might be wrong, could be wrong, but I wouldn't mind it. It please me to see them in it. Why not?
Brighton are, just as Mark A just said, Brighton are struggling in front of goal. They are struggling. How about for Newcastle versus Fulham? Newcastle has a home game against Fulham. Fulham is good 1 minute, then they're next.
Yeah. Proper little fly in the ointment team when they want to be.
Yep.
But then the next week, they got bet 3-0.
Yeah.
I don't see them traveling very well.
I mean, they had Manchester United at home, and you would think that they would be able to handle them, and nope, not the case.
Yeah, that was pretty damaging to their morale, probably, to lose to United in London.
Yeah, I'll go with home win on that one. I do like Fulham. Like I said, they can turn it on a good day, and you've got a problem on your hands. But they just that's the difference between why you're playing for Fulham, why you're playing for Real Madrid. Consistency every week, week in, week out. So, but Newcastle, good form right now. Murphy, Isak, Gordon, they're all Tonali, they're all coming to form. So home win for me.
I remember when
strong home win, 3-1.
Murphy's really bad.
I've been slagging him off for ages. He's shite. Like he's been playing really well, but he is shite though.
He's in a great footballer. For some reason, this season he's doing okay.
He's our Curtis Jones.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay.
I reckon he does better than Curtis, in my opinion.
I would agree, but that's the only thing I can.
But for me, that's got home win. Fulham haven't won. They've got 1 win in 5. Newcastle won 4 of the last 5. I'll just check them stats on the app. So for me, that's a home win.
Okay.
Why would you admit that you just checked those? Just pretend that you knew that.
Just pretend you just know. You don't have the avatar on. Yeah, no one can see what you're doing. There you go.
I'm too real, bro. I'm too real.
Just pretend that you knew that off the top of your head, man. That's
So Newcastle for Brian, Newcastle for JK, Newcastle for you, Dara.
I'm gonna go with a 0-0.
Okay.
I think Fulham will go there with a low block, and Newcastle are just so unpredictable. I mean, nobody saw that result against who was it? Was it Forest?
Yes.
5-1, 4-1, 5-1. They lost. Yeah.
I'm going with 0-0.
It was
okay. All right. And Lee, what do you got?
For Newcastle, Fulham.
Yeah, Newcastle, Fulham.
I've got Newcastle win. Newcastle win now.
Okay.
It was
JK, I
4-1,
got you down.
Dara, against Bournemouth. They lost to them at home. Yeah.
Everyone's got Newcastle. Okay.
I haven't seen
I'm gonna go
anyone
with
go for them yet.
I'm gonna go with Fulham on that one.
Obviously.
How about Everton? This is possibly one of the games of the week. Everton hosting Leicester. Action packed.
I'm glad to hear- I'm glad to
game.
hear you have a sense of humor.
There you go. What do you got in that one, Dara?
Oh, God.
I'm going to go with a 2-1.
2-1 Everton. Okay.
Mhm.
How about for you, Lee?
Everton are playing. Who was it last time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everton win, I think. I think Everton will win that. They'll sneak that one.
Okay. Make your dad happy. Got you. JK, how about for you?
Like for me, Everton 2 wins in the last 5, and that's since Moyes come in. So he's doing all right. But Leicester beat Tottenham 2-1 away last week, and that was a bit of a dodgy score. So
yeah, I don't
Everton,
know if that's,
I think it's going to be a home win.
to go off of, but
for
got
me,
you.
But I'd rather Everton win, keep winning until we play them, and then we bring them back down to earth. I think that'd be good.
Yeah. Okay. So Everton in that one.
So Everton win tomorrow.
How about for you, Bri?
Well, yeah, Leicester lose 4. Or sorry, I'll reboot my head. Leicester lost 7 games in a row. I went to Tottenham. They got a win after going 1-0 down. That's to me like I think that's on Tottenham. I think that like the team that lost 7 in a row is the team, not the team that went 1-0 down and came back against Tottenham. So going to Everton, geez, that's a horrible one. I wouldn't want to watch that. Sorry, Ant, if you're going, man.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. With his,
would
Ant's not here
say-
because we haven't heard the rude.
Yeah. The rude thing has been turned down to kind of a rude.
Yeah.
It used to be like rude with 11 U's. Now it's just like 3. Fucking I don't 1-0 Everton maybe. 1-0 Everton.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
a
I'm
home
not-
win.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
a home win.
Just put in as Everton. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how about for Ipswich Southampton? That could be the competing force.
Jesus. Imagine having
that
to
could
go
be the
watch
competing.
that.
I don't know who gets the bigger call time on that one, but it is at 8:00. So I don't know which. You got to make some choices. You got to make some choices. You got to make some choices if you're going to have 2 TVs going on at the same time. Ipswich hosting Southampton, a relegation battle to its fullest.
These 2 teams form-wise, 1 win in 10 games for them. That's just like for me. Ipswich will win. Yeah, Ipswich will win that. But he's got a draw written all over it as well.
Okay. How about all right? So you have Ipswich, JK.
Yeah, I'll go with Ipswich. Yeah, Vardy is back.
How about for you, Lee? Tractor
I think Ipswich might win that one against Southampton.
All right.
Ipswich might sneak a win there.
What else do we have? We have also
4-4.
4-4 draw, Brian.
Yeah. There'll be a mad one. That sometimes these teams, yeah, two bad teams. But Ipswich are a good bad team, if you know what I mean. Southampton are just
Exactly.
bad. Southampton are just straight up bad. They're like statistically already one of the worst in the Premier League. But we got to have a crazy game somewhere, right? There's always going to be a bit of a crazy game. So why not? No, look, I told you, say 3-3. The Tresmond. Now that's how you
French
coin a
version.
phrase. Yeah.
Okay. Next on the list, Wolves Villa.
No,
Oh.
my score prediction.
Oh,
is now.
sorry, Dar.
Sorry.
You see, it's with the grey avatar, man. That's the problem with the grey avatar. It's just,
Yeah.
I think
He's right. He's right.
I think Southampton have been very unlucky this season. Yeah, they play poor
Really?
football, but I honestly think this game against Ipswich, all the stars are going to align for them. I'm going 2-0 Southampton.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
Go up to
But
Suffolk.
you never
yeah.
asked. You never asked me, so.
No, I'm sorry. No, we're sorry, Dar. Very, very sorry.
No, yeah. I was gonna go first to you. Anyway, for Wolves Villa.
Ooh. Midlands derby. That's interesting. Villa just played in the Champions League.
Just lost the striker. Just lost their Duranga. A lot of talk about Watkins.
Yeah. Who would pay 70 odd grand for Duran? Anyway, I would have
70 million, you mean? Yeah. I know what you mean.
Used to love Roberto Duran, the boxer. Remember him? He was great, Roberto.
Yeah.
Doesn't he want to go to Saudi?
Oh no, he's gone. That's done. 64 million done.
Oh, he's gone.
Sealed, signed
Okay.
deal. Yeah. Went to Al Nassr.
Oh,
I think
okay.
64.5 million quid. Yeah, signed, sealed, and delivered.
I would say this is the most least exciting game on the fixture list. I don't even really want to give a prediction. I mean,
just say home win or
I'll jump in and say that Wolves pull off a surprise win.
I would rather like that. So I'm going to go with Lee and say 1-0 Wolves.
Okay. How about for you, JK?
It's a derby, West Midlands derby, not so far from each other. Let's go with the Wolves win.
Okay.
Okay.
The Wolves are at the door.
Like Villa had a bit of a game against Celtic the other day, so maybe Wolves with that rest can take advantage.
I don't think anyone said that no one would go to Saudi Arabia. Right price. I mean, a lot of teams are looking at that bottom line and saying they don't want to get, they're doing well with their balance sheets, but they don't want to get knocked. I think the reason
go there for long to like cash in, do you?
He'll go there for 2 years. He's 21.
Like year and mental, aren't they? So if you just stay a few years, couple of years, whatever, it's so tempting for players. I don't blame them. In a way, I look at it and think, do you really want to play in front of like barely, attended games and that? Because to say that stadiums are half empty would be a lie. They're not even that full, mate. So it's the that aspect, but the money, it's just the money, isn't it?
Okay. Brian or Lee. So Lee, what do you have?
Derby. Yeah, exactly. Wolves.
Okay.
The story of the want-away strikers. Cunha wants to go. He's under contract there, but a lot of interest in him. Watkins. So there's some shared issues going on there. But you go out and play a game. Yeah, that is going to be a tough one, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose maybe just like Ed says Villa, but I suppose for the sake of it, I'll just say Wolves nick it. So yeah, home in, just a home in.
All right.
Just on that note, is Cunha closest to signing for Arsenal, or did I hear something wrong?
No, I don't think he's going to leave. I think the thing is they paid like 44 million for Cunha.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not some guy like that they picked up like Matoma. You know, they're going to want big. Yeah, I think he will move, but not right now.
Okay. The last I
Yeah.
heard, Arsenal were really pushing for him.
Yeah, Watkins now is the guy Arsenal are trying to buy.
Yeah, but they rejected Villa. Rejected.
They might go back. But
Well, they've
yeah, we
rejected
spoke about earlier. Yeah,
2 offers already. Okay. All right.
I'm glad we're not in that position trying to buy an 80 million or 65 million pound Ollie Watkins in January to get our season back on track.
Yeah, we don't want to have
I
our
wouldn't want to be that club.
feet
That's,
held to the fire, do we? Like, you know, over the prices and that. Like, can't be having
Not for
that.
someone like
Paying
him,
over
though.
the odds.
No, but for a player like Watkins, sorry, if we
Yeah.
signed him tomorrow, I'm just like, this is Benteke vibes.
Yeah,
For me,
I wouldn't be having it. Like, I'm not a fan in that regard.
No.
Playing for us. Yeah, he's an adequate, like, decent enough.
Yeah, but
forward,
for
but
me, Duran
not Liverpool.
going, he ain't going nowhere. Watkins, he's staying there, even though Watkins is an Arsenal fan. So maybe he wants to go there. Thinking, you know what?
Only if he's a
support him as
fan.
a kid.
If he's an Arsenal fan, he'll
He's a
probably
fan,
want
bro.
to move, won't he? I would if I
Yeah, of
was
course
him.
he will. Yep. You know, Arsenal's sort of better than Villa. But I just feel his age, but with Duran going today, Watkins is. I don't think Villa are gonna let him go. No way.
Would you
They
see
don't
him as
have
a
to. They've got the money in the bank.
Yeah.
But Duran,
Mm-hmm.
they don't need.
Yep.
They can charge Arsenal. We spoke about this earlier on, 12 man. If they can say to Arsenal, yeah, we value him at 85, so give us 85,
There you
or
go.
he's
Yeah.
not going
Yeah.
because we've just
Mhm.
banked 65 million quid from the Saudis. We don't need your money. So if you want to take our best striker, give us every single penny that we want. Or
If
else just
Emery's
get
allowed to spend that Duran money, like he'll probably get 2 players for that. For 65, you know what I mean? He'd probably get a couple of players for around the 30 million mark, wouldn't he? The low 30s.
They must have someone lined up. If Watkins leaves, they've definitely got 1 or 2 guys lined up. 100%.
Oh, they got Marlon, haven't they? They've got Marlon now.
Yeah.
But they also
still
lost.
need Watkins. If they sold Watkins, it'd be absolutely ludicrous in the same window as selling Duran. That would be astounding, and it would be, you know, really nonplussed if they did that.
But they also lost Diaby. Diaby was one of their best players last year, and they lost him to Saudi this summer as well.
I really like Diaby as well.
Yeah.
I was a bit annoyed that he left the Prem because I was enjoying watching him, mate.
Yeah, but Bailey took over him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he turned down a move to Saudi to go to Villa. Diaby, when he was leaving Leverkusen, he turned down. He turned down. I said no, I'd rather go to Villa than go to Saudi. But I think maybe there's a new version of this where some of these guys are like, what are they doing? 23, 24. I think there might be kind of a new strategy where you get like a Diaby or a Duran who goes, these people are offering me 20 million a season to go out there. And they're thinking, do you know what? Just go and do 1 year out. Just go and do 1 year out there. Bank that 20. It's like you can go and do 1 year, maybe a year and a half. But maybe instead of like the people who are like good enough and old enough, just wait till they're like 32 and do it. Maybe there might be this new kind of cadre of people who go, do you know what? I'm just going when I get to 23 and I'm like a hot property, I'm just going to go there, do 18 months there, get paid about 40 million quid, then get moved back, like then bank that money. Like it's a real kind of like an early little nest egg thing. I'm sure that's what some people are thinking. Some players are thinking. Go out there for
Yeah,
a year and a half, because
I
most
have
of them don't stay out there. The young people that go out there, they don't stay that long. It's the older players that are staying there. The younger people are going to do 1 year out there, 20 million tax free, 10 million tax free. Then you can come back, reignite your career. I know that some people are thinking it along that lines.
Yeah, because they don't have to
You know,
go for long, do they, to really coin it, like, and then they can return to higher attended, better competition of the league, couldn't they, with all their money? I mean, Henderson weren't there long, was he? Yeah, that didn't last long, did it?
yeah, that's
anyway.
his pop.
Can I just jump in there quickly? Brian,
Quickly.
you
Yeah.
mentioned
We
tax.
still got 3 more games to get through. So just quickly. Yeah.
Oh, do we? Sorry, I thought we were finished. Sorry.
It's tax season here in Arizona. So 12th and I know that we have to do our taxes, and 12th just jumped in. I was just about to say 12th. I know we have the United game coming up, and I wanted to hear your opinion.
The United. Oh, about the Crystal Palace United game.
Yep.
Yeah. I have Crystal Palace in that game. That's what you're asking for a result, or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're doing
Crystal Palace.
predictions, aren't we?
Yeah, Crystal Palace.
Okay.
I have Palace simply because you know what? Like I just hate United, so I'm in the universe Crystal Palace. no expert diagnosis
Analysis.
on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I just want to see Manchester United lose. So
All right, always, mate, always. Unless it's something that can do us a
don't let
favour.
that affect your opinions on the game, though. I
The
don't
only
know.
time
You know
we
what?
can
I know
accept
United.
them winning is if it benefits us.
Yeah, Manchester United are at home. They've had a checkered last 5 games. I think they won their last game. What was that? Who was their last game against?
And Fulham.
Fulham, right? They won their last game against Fulham, but they always beat Fulham. It was on the road. I get that, but they beat Fulham. Fulham's record against Manchester United is abysmal.
Yeah, they're like a bogey team for Fulham, aren't they? United.
Yeah, because I mean, considering before that, Manchester United had a loss. And then before that, they had a win, I think, against Southampton, I want to say. I don't know the record or who they play. They had that 3-1 where they came back, I believe, was 3 weeks ago, I want to say. And then they've had a draw and then a loss before that. They've been all up and down the board with their form. We're talking about how this coach, Amarin's got a lot of work to do, despite the fact that he has a team that has some names on it, certainly some high serviceable names, if you're going to put it out there like that. But I wouldn't say that they're the team that necessarily match his preferred structure of a team. So, it's going to take a while for them to get to there. I think it's going to take a lot of like moving around players, getting them adjusted to the roles that he wants them to play, seeing if they buy into what he's trying to bring out for the team. And Palace has been half decent. I know Palace lost last week, but they've been pretty decent before that. So I'm looking at Palace to hopefully bounce back and get a win.
Me too. And I will just mention this to you, my fellow Arizonan.
Mm-hmm.
Probably don't realize this, but Crystal Palace has their own bar on Rural and Baseline Road.
Really?
Everyone else
is G from GTV there?
I'd never do that. But nobody else would know
I
that.
kid you. I
Well,
kid you. I kid. I'm playing with you.
Yeah, but nobody else would know that when I say Rural Road and Baseline Road. You know
Right,
exactly
right.
where it's at. It's just round the corner from me and you. They actually have a Crystal Palace bar, which shocks me.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess it's a London team, so I don't really put too much behind. I'm sure there's a lot of London teams that people probably, because that's probably one of the more of all the cities that people probably move on from, or maybe even travel and relocate to or whatever. London obviously is the big city, so I wouldn't put it past that. But
Anyway,
Anyway, I got you as Crystal Palace. How about Lee? What do you got for that Manchester United Crystal Palace matchup?
I'll go for another draw. There's a lot of draws today.
A lot of draws.
Cabinet with them, I've had about 6 draws. So you probably filled 2 chests of draws. Let me see. 2-2. I'll say 2-2 for Palace and United if it's at Old Trafford.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It is at Old Trafford. Yep.
I'll back Palace to pull out the draw there.
Okay. Brian?
Oh,
take care, Mary.
Take care, Mary.
Yeah, take care, Mary. Yeah, brilliancy as always. Don't forget, Mary, 2 p.m. roll call tomorrow afternoon for the match start. So everybody just keep your reminders on. You might not get the notifications, but we will be here at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon doing the roll call.
Yes,
so yeah, but the Eagles, the GT Eagles, as we might say, Croydon's finest, yeah, I don't like backing against them. They're real bogey side for anybody. So yeah, I think I like Max's result there, 2-1. I'll go with that. Home win, 2-1 home
win. Okay. How about for you, JK?
My mind says Palace win, and my heart says Palace win. So I'm going with the Palace win.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say my heart says one thing, my head says the other, so I'm going to go with Manchester United or something.
Never, bro. I'm not ill.
All right. How about for Chelsea, West Ham?
Before you go on to that, 12, I never gave you my prediction. I was talking about.
Oh no, I thought you said Well, I thought you said Crystal Palace. That's why.
Yeah, I was talking about their bar, but 2-1 Palace.
2-1 Palace. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'd
Chelsea,
rather
Chelsea West Ham.
Palace.
You rather what? What'd you say, Dar?
I'd rather have 10-1 to Palace, but
okay. I wouldn't mind that at all. Actually, I would prefer us to have 10-1 or 10-0 against Manchester United. Let us do the beat down. But Chelsea West Ham. Chelsea is at home in that game. That's the I'm leaving the other big game for last year. So Chelsea West Ham.
I will go with a draw.
Okay.
I'll go with the draw. West Ham looked okay last week against Villa. Like they got a new manager as well, and they looked okay. Potter.
How about for you, Dara?
I see this as internal bleeding.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is neither team has a midfield. I see it as being such an open game. I can see it as a 5-3. In terms of the most goals scored in a game, it's going to be this. How it goes, simply because Chelsea have more of kind of a offensive lineup. I'm going to say 5-2.
Chelsea?
Yeah.
Okay. Brian, how about for yourself?
Chelsea are playing
West Ham
West Ham, obviously.
at the Bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't travel well.
They don't.
3-0. 3-0 Chelsea.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have
Got a
a
1-1
Chelsea
against
winning
Villa.
that. West Ham, they're a bit weak defensively, aren't they, West Ham? There's no way they're going to be able to shut Chelsea out right for the full match, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it
There's
a
a 1-1
1 to
away
Chelsea.
to Villa last week.
You know.
Yeah, I mean they do have they have that new coach bounce possibly going on for them.
Well, Potter back to the bridge. Potter back to the bridge.
Potter back
what?
to the bridge again. The bridge again.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm going for a West Ham win. Sod this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Mhm.
your style.
Oh, you're gonna go now. You're gonna change it to a West Ham. Now you change it to West Ham. All right. Because you had to draw earlier. Okay.
You know, 'cause what it was, I watched something in them last week what I haven't seen them do all season. They were all over Villa that second half. They should have actually won that game. So I think they're going to beat Chelsea. Watch.
Bernie's got the sermon going on. Okay. I'm gonna start calling it the Eric sermon. How about that? Eric sermon. First, that's a little 90s hip hop reference there. Arsenal City, big matchup. That's possibly the big game of the week for the Prem. Arsenal City. Let's go, Brian first. Who do you have for Arsenal City? Arsenal.
Yeah. Yeah, I think real.
There's
Unless
another game too. My fault. There is another game that we missed
Okay.
out. Well, before we go Arsenal City, let's go Brentford Tottenham. Brentford Spurs. Well, because I saw Max's name and then I was like, oh yeah, Spurs.
Okay.
So
I'll quickly say 4-1 Brentford. Home win 4-1 Brentford.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How about for you, Lee?
Are Spurs still without Romero and Van der Ven?
All the people.
I think so.
Yeah, all the people.
Yeah.
Then I go.
They are still without. Yeah, you still got to scroll to see the people out. Actually, too, they have Madison out too, which is kind of.
Oh yeah.
Go 3-1 Brentford for that one.
Yeah, Madison's out. Johnson's out. Solanke's out. Vicario's out. Udogi's out. Burner's out. Jeez, holy crap!
Van de Ven, Romero.
Yeah. Perfect time for our second leg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Odegaard's out. Spence is doubtful. The Pigeon is doubtful. Regulon is doubtful.
Cockrell. Cockrell
Dragons-
is even. They don't even know if the Cockrell is going to show up.
Yeah. Jeez.
No, they are. No, we talk about injury crisis, but they are literally like, if that was us, we'd be talking about starting McConnell, starting Dan.
Yeah, we were talking about the youth
That's
academy.
how way down these people are. Like they are out. Yeah, like Barney is saying, who's in? It'd be easier to name the players who are in.
And that is at Brentford, by the way. So just so you know, that is.
4-1 Brentford, man. Like 3-4-1 Brentford, no doubt. No doubt.
Lee, is that what you have it to? What do you have it? You just got if you don't want to tell.
I said 3-1.
Okay. JK, what do you have it at? Yeah, who's in?
Around that. I'm going 3-2 Brentford.
Okay, they got him at least in the match. Okay. A couple pitching goals, maybe. And
Benedict's
Dara.
in Spurs.
No, she's got Brentford 2-0.
She changed it. She was going with Spurs first.
Oh, she was going with
Yeah,
Spurs.
that's her
She
the injury list.
heard the injury list and she
Yeah.
changed it up. Dara, what do you have for that matchup?
2-0 Brentford. But I would just add, I don't care if
There you
Spurs
go. There's Spurs.
if this Spurs have their strongest team. I've watched so many Tottenham games recently, and just
What was that, Mike?
does not have a clue. So
Mhm.
if you had every player back, I would still say they'd lose 2-0.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a fact. I'd agree with that. Even if it was, say, look, not a full strength, but like say it properly owned, I would still back Brentford to beat Spurs at home. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I'd still back Brentford to win. So 100% agree on that.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's go to the last game, Arsenal City. Let's get this one in real quick. Let's go JK first.
I'm going Arsenal win.
Yeah. All right. Let's
No,
move
yeah,
on.
but that's my mind telling me that, but my heart's telling me City. So I'm gonna go with the draw.
All right. All right. Draw. Got you. Sorry. Dara, what's your prediction on that one? Ange in goal. Ange needs to be up front.
At the risk of being controversial, I really think this is going to be the VAR game.
Yeah.
This could go either way, but I really see this as a game that there's going to be some awful decisions based on the respective teams. So Arsenal are at home, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
1-1.
All right. Lee. I'm sorry. It looks in the writing.
What game are we predicting?
It's
Here?
Arsenal home to City. Yeah,
Arsenal City.
Arsenal
Yeah,
home to City.
1-1. I say 1-1. 2 goals, one each.
1-1 on that too for you.
Yeah, they're gonna cancel each other out.
Okay. We got a triple draw going on. Brian, you're last but not least. What's your prediction?
Yeah, like we've been saying, definitely Dara's something with there with VAR. I'm expecting really a horrible, bitty kind of game if Arteta gets his way. But if City open it up early, yeah, I think then you'll have a game and then City will beat them. I think City will beat them 3-1, but Arsenal will try and grind it. So if City can open that game up early, they will win it. I still back them to win it in kind of every level, but it will be kind of compelling in its own little way to watch that game. Because I guarantee, like Dara was saying, there will be drama in it. There will be kind of, this, that kind of moments. So that will be enjoyable to watch, but as a game of football, no. But yeah, I'm still going to unfortunately say, well, I suppose better for us that Arsenal will lose. Hopefully, it doesn't give City too much confidence. But yeah, I'd go with that. Probably 3-1.
Okay.
Yeah, 3-1 City. I'd go with that.
Nice. I like it. Like to hear it, actually. I don't mind, actually. I think I would prefer to hear the draw, actually, to be honest with you. But considering Arsenal is their closest competitor, I wouldn't mind seeing them get a goose egg when it comes to the points. So there you have it. I got everyone's scores. As well. I'll try to do a screenshot or something to kind of get everyone's scores and predictions so that everyone's accounted for in the chat. I gave them with ours. We got our score predictions for our game and our scorer predictions for our game. So it's going to be a fun one. We're going to be meeting together, like Brian said, for roll call tomorrow. It should be a fun one as always, because it's a very important day, I think, when we all link up for roll call. It shows that we do walk this walk together, and we are always supportive of each other, and especially supportive of this team. So it shows that, and it also gives us an opportunity to give warm wishes towards each other to have a great experience with wherever they're going to watch the game, whether it's at home, pub side, whether it's at pitch side. It's always an opportunity to give some good proper blessings on their journeys, and to say that we are always with you on the walk. So it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be I know it's going to be difficult because it's a 3:00 game. So that means a 3:00 blackout game or something you guys call it, right? So hopefully you get to watch it somewhere or somehow. I'm not going to give you any suggestions how to, but I hope that you do get the opportunity to watch the game one way or another. Is there anything you want to say to the people?
We could do watch along, maybe.
Yeah.
As it's the blackout game, because we'll be watching it in the background. Maybe we could make it a watch along. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Right?
Yeah, we'll talk about
it.
it.
Yeah, no, just anybody that is watching, just so you know, it doesn't really matter what time it is around the world, what your GMT is. If it's 1 hour before the game starts, that's what time roll call starts. So that's all you need to know. And yeah, whether it's 8 p.m., 2 p.m., if it's an hour before the game, we'll be going live. So make sure you're all here. Let us know what you're doing, where you're going to watch the game. And yeah, we can. It's a good hour. It's a good hour before the game, and then everybody goes away and does their own thing. But it's a good little kind of warm up for the game, and especially seeing as you're not going to have it all on the. Everyone's going to have to go and watch their little streams or whatever to do it, because in the good old UK, even though people pay about £1,000 a year for Sky Sports and TNT, half the time you can't even watch your team play. But that's cool. That's what you're paying for. So yeah.
So I just wanted to thank the panel and 12th for inviting me on. Thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good to see you, Dara.
Appreciate that.
You're always welcome, Dara.
Good to see you, man. Have you on? Yep.
Oh, well.
Yeah. No, sorry about the late and posting or getting the stuff to you. Trust the guys can tell you that I was at least JK can tell you, and Brian can tell you too, because he was up with the he's with me on the early morning. It was like broadcast. We had the broadcast start at 4 a.m. We ended up talking, going into like a little bit of a lengthy conversation that went on to about 6 in the morning for me at least, or for us, I should say, Dara, but for me especially. I was hoping KJ was going to be a part of the show today, because I know we were going to also we got into a very interesting conversation, and it was something that I really wanted to expand upon, but we'll hold that off for maybe another day, all the same. And but it was insightful. It was definitely a good run with a great number of people showed up for the draw. And it was really, really cool to see a lot of names. So hopefully a lot of those names not only click the notification bell, but hopefully a lot of those names will come back. They'll bring their friends. They'll bring others. And we ask you to do the same, because I can't say enough about our chat, our panel. Everyone here really makes me proud to be a Red. And that's something that I really think that you should be appreciative of. I know I'm appreciative of it, because I hope that I do the same for you. And that, what I mean by that is that we do our best to be respectful to each other. We might not always have, we often don't have the same opinions. We have different takes, we have different views and the likes. But when it comes down to it, you know what? We're all Reds. We all want the same thing for our team. We all want to see, glory. We want to see silverware, and we want to see our team, continue to do well. And the most important thing is also that we spread that energy. We continue to push for each other to bring others into the fold of just saying, you know what, we can have a conversation. It can get somewhat even intense in the likes, but let's us all at the end of the day, as they like to say, let's all remember that we're all Reds, and together we are strong, we are mighty, and that's what I like to believe is important. So I hope that everyone is well, and I hope that we all continue to we'll all continue to see you here possibly tomorrow. Roll call, no, definitely tomorrow. Here, roll call. All right. Dara said, is there anything else you want to say, Dara? And then I'm going to let JK, Lee, and Brian all have a last say.
No, just that it was a privilege. I love to speak to my fellow Reds, and I think you hit the nail on the head, 12. We do have different perspectives, but we're all in this journey together, and that's what makes it interesting. Because if we all thought the same thing, it would be boring. So, but thank you for allowing me to come on and talk my nonsense.
Okay, that's why. How about for you, JK?
Likewise, bro. Great show. Great to have Dara on for the first time. Everyone's got their own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's the second time. Okay. Great to have him on as well, Brian, Lee, and yourself. Nalante, big up, bro, and KJ. Great show this morning we had as well. If you haven't watched it, you have a check, press the like button on there, and press the like button on this. And enjoy the game tomorrow. We've got a roll call. Clock in for that. Latest team news, everything line up. We'll sort that out.
Yeah, easy said, easy does. How about for you, Lee? Any last words?
Just thanks to everybody in the chat for your contributions. We had a good talk tonight, didn't we? I hope everything goes swell tomorrow. I hope everything goes to plan, and we stay the distance we are, possibly even more, depending on Man City in front of Arsenal. Be nice to widen the gap, but as long as we keep it as is, that's good enough. So just thanks to everyone. Yeah, nice one.
Okay.
Big up Max as well.
Yeah, big up. Appreciate the kind words there. Brian, last but not least.
Yeah, see, I thought like the other bit was the last bit. That's why I did my see you all tomorrow.
I got you. Okay, well then there you go. There we have it. Yeah. We'll move it. We'll keep it in gear for you. All right, brothers and sisters. Definitely good. This Desmond Tutu sermon is going to be ending right now. And we will see you tomorrow. So hopefully put that notification bell on, and we will see you tomorrow. But until then, and always, up the Reds, people. Up the Reds. Take care and see you tomorrow.